to That's Football. We're live. It is Arsenal versus Tottenham. It's the North London derby. And you know what? Even as a United fan, after a terrible weekend yet again, I am appreciative and looking forward to this big game ahead of us today. And look, I hope it is a good game. And of course, look, I'm not going to make any qualms about this. I predicted that Arsenal will win this game in the preview the other day. I also think that I would obviously prefer Liverpool. I would prefer Spurs to win this game. That's just where I sit with it. But looking forward to it. And the team news is good. I mean, what I would first of all say is when you look at the team, a little bit confused as to why. And maybe if we've got a few Spurs fans, they could shed a little bit light on this. I'm a little bit confused as to why. Pochettino always picks Lamela. And is this just a little bit like Manchester United, obviously very annoying a lot of the time, where we pick players that we don't really want as fans? But I don't know, maybe Lamela is a good player. I never see it with Lamela, and I really hope that he does turn up today, of course, because that's obviously going to be helpful. But I'm not massively enamoured by that one, to be honest with you. I've got to be honest. But yeah, let's go through the team news for you now. We've got, start off with Arsenal. They are the home side, of course. So starting off with the Arsenal lineup. Just looking at myself on the screen there. So, Arsenal, they have Leno in goal, Maitland-Niles at right back, Papadopoulos at centre back with David Luiz, and then Kolasinac at left back. Torreira, Xhaka and Guendouzi, no place for Ceballos, which is quite surprising because he's been very good for Arsenal so far this season. But I think they're going for that NLD, North London derby, bite in the midfield. And I'm a big fan of Torreira's. I think now he's obviously going to stay. Maybe he'll get his head down. Xhaka obviously puts himself about a bit, and so does Guendouzi. So they've obviously gone for some tenacity in the midfield, which isn't necessarily a bad idea. And then, Arsenal fans, get excited. Only you say this, by the way, but let's give him their due. The best trio in the Premier League, apparently. Pepe, Aubameyang and French Charlie Austin. But you know what? I think it's the first time he started them all together, and to do it in the North London derby, there'll be a lot of excited Arsenal fans. Of course, I've got to give some realism on here. They're not the best strike force in the Premier League by a long way. Man City and Liverpool apart, maybe they could have an argument there, but beyond, they're nowhere near those though. Tottenham, Lloris, Alderweireld, Davinson Sanchez, Vertonghen and Rose. I don't know how this is going to work. To me, it looks like it's a 3-5-2 or a 5-3-2, but I don't know who the right back is, because you've got Alderweireld, Davinson Sanchez and Vertonghen, who are all centre-backs. Are one of them going to play at right back? And then Danny Rose at left back? Or is that either going to put Sissoko or Vinks at right back? Because they've got Sissoko, Winks, Lamela, Eriksen, Son, Heung-min and Kane. I don't know how Spurs are quite going to line up. I would imagine Son will play off Kane with Eriksen, Lamela, Sissoko and Winks. It looks to me like it's a 4-2-2-2, but one of their centre-backs is obviously going to be playing at right back because they're playing Alderweireld, Vertonghen and Davinson Sanchez. I think Davinson Sanchez can play right back, can't he? So we'll see how it goes. But looking forward to it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's see if we can set a target. We always do that. Let's see if we can get up to 80 to 88,000. Why not? If you are new to the channel, this is the Mark Goldbridge That's Football channel. Do FIFA on here, and obviously FIFA 20 is coming out soon, so we'll be doing a lot of stuff around that, Ultimate Team, career modes, etc. Also, the Champions League is coming up very, very soon, so we do Champions League watch-alongs on here. And also, for this season, I'm trying to do one Premier League game every week as a watch-along. So we did Arsenal-Liverpool last week, didn't we? So it's Arsenal second time. We did Man City-Spurs the week before that. So we've seen both of these sides. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Get in the comments and give us your score predictions and your thoughts on the game. Phenomenal Empire has said your score prediction. I'm going to go 2-1 or 3-1 to Arsenal. I think Spurs have had a terrible start to the season. I wanted them to get the points at Man City, but they were a little bit lucky. How did you lose to Newcastle at home? I don't know. And Arsenal have had 2 wins. They went to Liverpool. They're nowhere near that good, but they did okay whilst getting beat. And I think that Arsenal are the form team going into this game. So let's see. Let's see what happens with it. But personally, I think that Arsenal will win it. I'm hoping Spurs provide us with a surprise, of course. That would be very, very nice. But I think it will be a Liverpool win. It says Arsenal versus Liverpool. Yeah, I don't know why it says Arsenal versus Liverpool, because it definitely should be Arsenal versus Tottenham. This annoys me. Let me see if I can find this, because I don't know why it says Arsenal versus Liverpool. Probably because I've done Arsenal versus Liverpool. All right, no worries. I can change this. It's easy to do. We're not playing Arsenal versus Liverpool. We're playing Arsenal versus Tottenham. I have Liverpool on the brain at the moment. I don't know why. I think they're giving me nightmares. They're causing me issues. We're just so bad as a football club, Manchester United, and Liverpool are just doing what United used to do, beating teams every week. But look, let's get this changed first of all. Yeah, so I'm going to go 2-1 or 3-1 to Arsenal. I do not think that Tottenham are prepped for this game. I hope they can prove us wrong. Be a very bad start to the season for Tottenham if they were to lose this, by the way. I think you'd have to accept that it is 2 losses, a draw, and a win would only put them on 4 points, which is actually a point less than United. So, I mean, yeah, look, let's be honest with you. Let me be honest and say that the start to the season has been somewhat harder for Spurs because they've played Man City and Arsenal. But there we go, that's the right one. But yeah, I am quite fancying the. There we go. Arsenal versus Tottenham. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to sort something else out that's really irritating. You know when you've got a draft in your house and one of your doors isn't shut and it just keeps every now and again knocking that door? Yeah, I'm getting that sort of a frustration there. So we've sorted that one out as well, and we're back in the room. Good. Right, where's my live comments? This is I need my oxygen, and you are it. First time watching, says Halam. Hello, I know what you're like. Anyone like Fortnite, says Nadia. I don't know. Ndembele is injured. Yeah, let me just go through the benches for you, because Dele Alli is on the bench for Spurs. But let's start off with Arsenal. Leno, Maitland-Niles, Papadopoulos, David Lewis, Kolasinac, Torreira, Xhaka, Guendouzi, Pepe, Lacazette, Aubameyang makes up their first 11. Substitutes: Mkhitaryan, Ceballos, Ozil, Chambers, Nelson, Martinez, Willock. And I just want to say, to be fair to Arsenal, Mkhitaryan, Ceballos, Ozil and Nelson on their bench is, their bench is improving, isn't it? This is why I think Arsenal have to finish in the top 4 this year. They had that year last year where they nearly did it. They've got a manager that's in his second year now. They've had a good transfer window. I don't think there's any excuses for Arsenal. Spurs: Lloris, Alderweireld, Davinson Sanchez, Vertonghen, Danny Rose, Sissoko, Winks, Lamela, Eriksson, Son and Kane. And their bench has Lo Celso, Dele Alli's back, Gazzaniga, Aurier, Lucas Moura, Skip and Ben Davies. Now, I don't know what you lot think, I personally would be playing Lucas Moura instead of Lamela, but obviously Poch doesn't fancy that. We invested good in depth last 2-3 years, says HAKLGN. Spurs will win, says Joey Eric, and Monreal and El Nini has left Arsenal, says Hammerman TV. There you go. Do you think Raul Jimenez would be good for United, says Sean Byrne? United do need a striker, I suppose. Mark, you have bin dippers on your graphics, says Dan Willis, Triple X Gaming. Yeah, not anymore. And hi Mark, it's rather depressing this early in the season as a Man United fan, says James K. Well look, topically, Manchester United, I'm going to talk about it. Join me at 8 o'clock for the United stand, because I was thinking about doing a video at lunchtime today, and I thought, you know what, no, I'm going to let the fan cams breathe. I'm going to let everyone have a little bit of a breather, but I know what the show is going to be about tonight on the United stand. One of the things that really irritated me, and I'm going to go straight into, is Paul Scholes saying that, United need to wait 2 or 3 years. What a load of crap. Like, realistically, what a load of crap. And another thing that irritates me is that, the 3 signings, Wan-Bissaka, Dan James and Maguire, have been our most consistent performers. What does that show you? That we need to buy more players and we can't trust the players that we've got. But going back to that Scholes comment there, Southampton are terrible. They're a terrible footballing team, and they didn't even have their best player yesterday, Nathan Redmond, yet they still get a point out of United and survive 20 minutes with 10 men because they've got a philosophy and a way of playing. United don't have that. So if Southampton can invest no money and yet still play half-decent football and have a philosophy and get a draw out of us, why have we got to wait 3 years to do that? It's coaching. It all comes down to the coaching and the decisions that go on above. Good day from Melbourne, mate, says Gucci129. I'm a Liverpool fan, but you have the best channels on YouTube and watch them all. Good luck for the season, though I can't lie, I love your rants when our number 1 rivals lose. Nate, look, this channel is for everybody, so if you're a Liverpool fan, Arsenal fan, Chelsea fan, whatever, you're all very welcome. Make sure you subscribe and get involved in the banter and the chat. That's what we want to see. Drawty Devil's just joined us as well. Nice one, Drawty. Of course, we've got the new studio for this season, courtesy of the Drawty Devil. That's got to be worth a like as well. I've also put the wrong fucking date on as well. It's not the 24th. No one's going to notice that. Hello, Mark. Who's United's top target in January? Says Theon Devin. I can't even talk to you about transfer windows at the moment. It's an irrelevance. It's an irrelevance. It really is. My score prediction, Malene Gaming, is I'm going to go Arsenal to win. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go Arsenal 3-1. Sod it. I said 2-1 or 3-1. Yeah. Wolves, we got says Wolves lost. I tell you what, I don't know whether you're a Wolves fan actually, but I really think you're not a very good team this year because I think the Europa League kills you. Look at Burnley a couple of years ago when they had to play Thursday, Sunday to get through the qualifiers. It is not ideal and it always affects people's form. So I think Wolves are struggling from that. And I think United, again, it was another failure, another 2 points dropped. Do you think Eriksen's going to leave Spurs, by the way? That's an interesting one for you. We are about 20 minutes away from kickoff. I'll go through the teams again in a moment. Really excited about this game and glad to have you all with me watching it on That's Football. Make sure you subscribe if you are new, bottom right-hand corner. And if you have subscribed, do us a favour, just click the share button. You can share it on Twitter and Facebook. We're trying to grow the channel. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers before Christmas, which I think we can do as a collective. We've got a great community. You're all very welcome. But there was one thing I wanted to bring up to you. I did watch Match of the Day last night, and I don't know how many of you did. I also watched Juventus versus Napoli this morning, and I put a tweet out saying what a great game it was, and everyone was going, idiot, it was last night. And I felt like going, oh, is there a rule that you have to watch a football match the minute it happens? How's about I watched United yesterday and then I went out because life's too short. And I went out, I didn't watch Juventus-Napoli until this morning, but what a great game that was. Juventus 3-0 up, went to 3-3 and then a Koulibaly own goal. Brilliant game. But I watched Match of the Day last night and what is... I hope it doesn't impact on the game today, but the VAR thing is so hard to understand. It's so hard to understand. Jordan Such says, are United good enough to get out of their Europa group? Oh, yeah, mate. That group's crap. Kazakhstan, Serbia, and a Dutch side. United should breeze through that. It's just the travelling that's going to be the problem. But, yeah, the VAR thing is absolutely ridiculous. It really is. I've got no understanding of what's going on at the moment. There's numerous decisions that just don't make sense. The biggest one of the weekend for me is the Jack Grealish one. Now, whether you think Jack Grealish dives or not, that was a goal for Villa yesterday. And for anybody who didn't see it, last couple of minutes of the game, Jack Grealish driving towards the edge of the penalty box, very, very central, gets a nudge from behind and Cahill comes towards him. And as Cahill comes towards him, he passes it to Lansbury. Cahill then makes contact with him. Grealish is already going down. Lansbury passes it into the back of the net to make it 1-1, but the referee's already blowing the whistle calling a dive. And I'm like, why are you blowing the whistle in the day of VAR where actually offside, we know something's offside, but we have to let it run for 5 seconds in case it's not? And two, how the bloody hell can you get called up for diving when you've played an assist? He's not diving to win the penalty. Even if he is diving, he's passed the ball to somebody to score a goal. And he clearly doesn't dive because he gets pushed from behind and Cahill stays down injured, having clattered into Grealish anyway. Shocking decision, but even more shocking, you can't review that because the referee's blown his whistle. But the referee, it's a nonsense. I think what the Premier League are trying to do is they're trying not to trying not to slow down the game. So they're trying to trust their referees, which is why yesterday when Mason Greenwood, it would have been soft, but he knocks the ball and then he gets kicked. And to me, the referee plays on. And to be honest with you, last season you'd go, oh, that's a bit unlucky. We could have got a penalty for that. It would have been soft, but it could have been a penalty. But VAR is meant to be there to go, well, technically it is a penalty. But what VAR in the Premier League, the way I understand it is, they want to trust their referees. So they don't want to undermine their referees. But then there's a total hypocrisy here because every goal they check, every offside they check, which would undermine the referee anyway. I'm just really, really at odds with... I don't like VAR. I've said it before. I do not like VAR. And I would rather not have VAR. But we have got VAR. So if we're going to have VAR, use the bloody thing. I don't want this halfway house of, oh, we want to keep the game running. We want to trust our referees. It's total confusion. And it's like we haven't got it, basically. So get rid of it. Because, to be honest with you, that Grealish thing should have been reviewed yesterday. And the Greenwood thing should have been a penalty. Because, yeah, all right, it's soft, but it's a penalty because he clips him. So... I'm getting pissed off with it, to be honest with you. Klopp or Pep at Man United and why, says Nisa Pongi. I think it's an irrelevant, Nisa. I really do. It really is. It's Manchester United. Pep Guardiola would fail at Manchester United and so would Klopp. I think Klopp would suit United better. Yeah, people call him a passion merchant, but that's probably what United need. A bit of aggression. He's more aggressive than Pep. Pep's the architect, isn't he? Pep couldn't architect anything with that United team. It would be like going at a jelly with a hammer and chisel. It'd end up in a mess. Whereas Klopp could shout at the jelly and get it to wobble a bit. So I'd go with Klopp for this particular role. If it's Arsenal, you might go with Pep because they actually have got some players that can play football. But for United, the only way out of it is expenditure or passion. So yeah, I would go with Klopp, I think. Martial or Pepe, says Hallam. For me, it's Anthony Martial. Anthony Martial, definitely. Yeah. We've got someone called at Alvin Blocks in here because I know Droughty doesn't normally acknowledge anybody, so he is, and a few people are talking about that. I presume Davinson Sanchez is playing at right back, Abdullah. I'd be interested to see how Spurs line up because they don't appear to have a natural right back in their team, but I don't see who would play at right back if they're playing a back five. Have you seen the Rochdale goal with a load of passes? Do you think they will cause us problems in the Carabao Cup, says Jordan H10? I have seen the Rochdale goal because they're talking about it like Pep Guardiola has changed the face of football in England because of a passing goal from Rochdale. I mean, look, it makes me laugh. Like Wenger was playing brilliant football with Arsenal in the late 90s. And, you know, Sir Alex Ferguson played great football as well. To say that just because Rochdale scored a 40-pass goal, it's because of Pep Guardiola is laughable, really. It's just how up arse they are. Scholes thinks United will give Ollie 2 to 3 years, says Yasser HS. Yeah, I'm talking about that on the United stand tonight because I think it's absolutely bollocks. I don't know who's won the F1. I was going to watch it later. We are going to witness the worst United season ever, says Zach Teller. Well, look. United ain't got a game for 2 weeks. This is the London Derby. I don't mind talking about United, but this is for the North London Derby, of course. So you're very, very welcome. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. And smash a like on video. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes before kick-off. Mid-table for United this season. Worrying, says Matt Rush. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I really do enjoy your channel, says Arif. Pure passion for football and giving fans a medium to be heard. Keep up the good work, mate. Cheers. Everybody is welcome on this channel. Come on, you Spurs. Alvin Blocks. There he is. Now, I'm going to say, Alvin, in total and utter ignorance, I'm just going to take a look at your channel. So, he's a Roblox player with 130,000 subscribers. There you go. And it's a good channel because it's got loads of stuff about beginner scripting, variables, etc. There you go. Welcome, mate. You got a shout out there. You got a shout out because your account came up in grey. Shout out for Houston, Texas, says Robble Tadas. Did you watch Juventus Napoli yesterday? Says Murray at 113. Yes, I did. I've already spoken about that. I didn't watch it yesterday. I watched it this morning because I was out last night, but it's a good game. Come on, you Spurs, says Kieran McCrory. Yeah, get in the live comments. Which way are you going? You're in Arsenal or are you going Spurs? You could say Coys if you're Spurs. You can say Scum if you're going for Arsenal. I'm obsessed with you, so I waste £1 on Super Chats, says Lame Miyasi. Don't be obsessed with me. Life's going to be very disappointing. Salah or Mane, says Eddie Martin. I'm a big fan of Salah. I'm a big fan of Salah, despite him playing for Arsenal. Didn't know you covered other Premier League games. Raise a glass. I'm listening to you at the bar, says Heckle and Slide. I tell you what, I wish I was at the bloody bar. I'd love to be at a bar. I tell you what, I would like to do that. Watch-alongs from a pub. So if there's a pub out there that's got decent internet and they want to sponsor me to come down to your pub and do live watch-alongs, that would be good fun. Right, most people are... I tell you what, we've got a 50-50 split here. We've got a lot of Coys and we've got a lot of Scum. So I'd say more people are going with Spurs, but we've got a lot of Scum. If you are an Arsenal fan, I'm not judging you, by the way. I wind Arsenal up because a couple of your fans are complete tits. That's why I do it. That's pretty much the only reason I dislike Arsenal. I've always said this, and I will be honest. The best... I've been alive all through the Premier League. So I remember the day one. I remember the very first televised game. It was Liverpool versus Manchester United at the City Ground. Teddy Sheringham 1-0. Forest won and then got relegated. So I remember Premier League from start to finish, start to today. And the best era of the Premier League was Manchester United, Arsenal in the late 90s. It was a brilliant rivalry. And what made it a great rivalry is they were both good footballing teams, but they hated each other. Wenger and Sir Alex, the players, it was absolute rivalry. You know, people go on about the Keane and Vieira thing in the tunnel. That was just a little part. I mean, that's just sort of symbolic of the rivalry, but it was going off on the pitch. You know, the amount of times Sir Alex would play Phil Neville in the midfield to go and clatter them, it was ridiculous. And to be honest with you, I think today is the 36th birthday of Jose Antonio Reyes, who died in the car crash, I think earlier this year, which is obviously very, very sad, 36. But I remember he was a very, very good player, but he was exactly the sort of player that United would go and clatter in those games because he was a flair player, and you know there was this feeling that Arsenal didn't like it up them, which they didn't. Do you think Eriksen is on his way to Spain? Says MS Smiley. I don't know. Drawty was on about this earlier about the fact that the European transfer window closes. Is it today or tomorrow? So Real Madrid aren't getting Paul Pogba, so will they go for a Bruno Fernandes or an Eriksen? It looks like Eriksen's going to stay, which I think helps Spurs. Yeah, so it looks like he's going to stay. Jordan Such, I was thinking this yesterday, no matter how bad things get for United this season, why would they sack Ollie when they can have another 70 million net spend next summer? Exactly. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Look, I want to start talking about the derby because we're only 10 minutes away. But I will say this. It's a little bit of a teaser for the show tonight on the United Stand. Don't miss it. 8 o'clock on the United Stand tonight. It's going to be, whether you support United or not, it's going to be proper. I'm bordering on thinking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not the right man for Manchester United. I'm not Ollie out. That's a very different thing. I just have concerns whether he is a coach good enough for Manchester United or whether he is already shown his card at Cardiff and he's not that good. But what I would say is Manchester United board have played a blinder, an absolute blinder. They've spent hardly any money. They've put a legend in charge so nobody will moan, and we are sinking and nobody will moan about it because they don't want to say those words. So, you know, they're still making loads and loads of money. Loads and loads of money. But I'm not Ollie out. No, I'm not Ollie out. I want him to be a success. But I guarantee, if I could get a conversation with Paul Scholes or Gary Neville and have a few drinks with them and honestly say to them, do you really think he's good enough? They would say no. Because they're like me. They're like any United fan. It's all about hope. The evidence isn't actually good for Ollie. He's not got loads of experience. He's got no real CV of playing brilliant Premier League football. And his record recently is shocking. But I want him to succeed. We've definitely got to stick by him. But I am worried. I've got to be honest. I am worried because he can't tactically break down teams like Southampton and Palace. And we've got bigger teams to come, better teams to come. Anyway, back on to the NLD, we call it. Not the EDL or whatever else. It's the NLD, which is the North London Derby. And it's Arsenal versus Tottenham. Spurs have got to deliver in this game. Really have got to deliver in this game. It's massive for them. They've had a bad start to the season. If they were to lose today, this is how bad Spurs' start to the season would be. If they lose today, they're on 4 points. They're a point behind United and Chelsea, who've had bad starts to the season. So Spurs have got to get something out of this game. From a United point of view, my ideal result is probably a draw. In the hope that we can still get top 4, you'd probably want a draw. I don't think United are going to get top 4, so I hope Spurs win. But Jonis says that I think it will be a draw. Mark, would you like Eriksen or Bruno, says Jalen's Football. I always wanted Bruno Fernandes, to be honest with you. And that I can't change that opinion. But Spurs are the team to watch in this game. They've got to turn up in this game and perform. Because if they don't, they're going to get embarrassed. And if they get embarrassed, then they're in a lot of trouble. I mean, this is meant to be for Spurs, the season, I mean, that they, push for the title. They're not. I can already tell you that Spurs will not push for the title. But they have invested. Daniel Levy gets a lot of issues, but they got to the Champions League final last year without investing any money. They've invested quite well this summer. Sessegnon, Lo Celso, Ndombele. They've bought some good players to what they've already got. They've got to do better than this start to the season. So, yeah, they've got to do better than this season. And I think that today is a game that if they hadn't lost last year, this would be a game that they would be expecting to win. So they've got to do a little bit better today, Spurs. And I don't know. Let's see how it goes. I don't actually think that they will get this result because I think Arsenal... This is one of the games where Arsenal tend to get it right. Whatever's going on, their hatred for Spurs and their rivalry with Spurs tends to mean that they get this right. So I think that they will get this right, but we will see. We will see. Come on, you Spurs, says 808 Keed. I think Spurs will be better with Eriksen, says Murray. I also do feel that Spurs always do lack a little bit of pace in their side, which is obviously problematic for them. Matt, thanks for the contribution. Andy G, LFC, says, Mark, I've been an LFC fan for 43 years. I like your streams, fella. You're real and straightforward. You give credit where it's due, regardless respect. Well, look, you know what? I mean, I must be honest. Over the last year or so, one of the most satisfying things I've done as a whatever I am, I don't know what I am really. I hate the term YouTuber. I just love football and I'm a fan and I love interacting with fans. But I think for a long time I was always just very tunnel visioned about Manchester United, and I was forever sort of bantering and winding up every fan of anybody who didn't support United. And over the last year I've sort of thought, you know what, I watch a lot of football, I talk to a lot of people. I mean, I live in Birmingham, so I talk to a lot of Villa fans. Actually, there's quite a few Spurs fans around here as well, and Liverpool fans, and I get on with them. So I'm just like, you know, sod it. Like, especially supporting United at the moment, we don't really have a rival, do we? We're shit. So this it just works. It works. So everybody's welcome. I hope you enjoy the channel, and please do subscribe if you are inclined to do that. Bottom right hand corner. We'd like to get to 88,000 tonight. I think we can do it. Smash bottom right hand corner. Subscribe to the channel, and if you have subscribed, please just click that share button underneath and share it on Twitter and Facebook. I'm not a Brummie. Yasser, definitely not a Brummie. I've got nothing against Brummies, but I'm definitely not a Brummie. I've just travelled about a bit. I'm from Nottingham originally, and I lived in Dublin for a few years as well. So I've got around. And the thing is, I don't know about you, but I like watching football. I like watching football. I've been to Villa Park quite a lot. I've been to the Baggies quite a lot. I've been to Solihull Moors down the road, which is a non-league team. I have been to St Andrews, but I've never been to watch Birmingham. There's just something about St Andrews I don't like. I've been all around the world watching football, and I love it. So that's what football's all about. It's just bringing sort of our personality from the United stand into a more generic thing that everybody can get involved in. I don't live in Aston. Nothing against Aston Bodak, but no, I don't live there. Right, yeah, well look, somebody just said there, do you still think Anthony Martial is going to score more goals than Aubameyang? This is the problem when you say something like that though, don't you? Anthony Martial didn't play yesterday. I think with the crossing ability of Daniel James yesterday, Martial would have got at least one. But it's an opportunity for Aubameyang to go and get goals today. I actually think he will score. I do think Aubameyang will score. I can see there being a penalty today, to be honest. I can. Aubameyang or Kane, says D Kush. It's a really good question. The only way... Get in the comments and tell us. I really do think that if I always judge things from a sort of Manchester United point of view. What would I want at United at the moment? Harry Kane or Aubameyang? And I think I would go... And I am a massive fan of Aubameyang. There are videos on the United stand going back when he was at Dortmund saying we should sign him. So it's nothing to do with the fact that it's an Arsenal thing. I just think Harry Kane would suit United better at the moment. So I would probably go Harry Kane. But it's a close one. Ultra67 says Aubameyang is miles ahead of Martial, but not Kane. Thoughts on Lozano scoring at Juve, says Football Goals channel. Yeah, he got a good goal. I think it's a good signing. You know what? The reality is, when I look at Manchester United, they could have bought Tielemans, who's having a great season again for Leicester. They could have bought Lozano, and they both went for under £40 million. So, you know, but apparently the right players weren't there. We are getting close to kick-off. The players are about to come out. I really hope that Real Madrid don't sign Bruno Fernandes in the next 24 hours, by the way. Some people are talking about that. But what I would say is that with regards to Bruno Fernandes, I think even if he stays at Sporting Lisbon, he has come out and said that he was very close to moving to Spurs. He has come out and said that it's still his ambition to play in the Premier League. So I don't think he will end up at United. I think United blew that. I think United blew it. So I think that he will end up at... I mean, look, Chelsea are back in the equation, aren't they? So we'll see. We'll absolutely see. Tony Montana says, I'm from Nottingham and I play for Forest Academy under 14s. Well, don't forget us, Tony. Don't forget us, Tony. These bloody footballers, they get famous and they don't want to interact with the fan channels. I know for a fact loads of United players watch the United Stand, but none of them follow us on Twitter because they're not. Because the regime says you can't do, man. You can't do it, man. Like, I'm not expecting you to come on the show, but look, everybody knows. Well, I know for a fact that they do. Where have you gone? I was just going to stand up. I just want to stand up, and it looks silly when I stand up on here because I've not set it up right. Tammy Abraham to win the Golden Boot, says Kiwai Lamy. How many goals has he got? How many goals has he got? What you got? How many goals you got? How many goals you got? Tinky Winky, Dipsy, La La, Purr. Don't know why I'm singing Teletubbies. Right, I've got to try and... There we go. That's what we want. That's what we came here for. So the game hasn't kicked off yet. I was just checking the timer because sometimes it don't work, mate. It don't work. 4. Why are people saying 4? Did I ask a question? Oh, he's got 4 goals. Abraham's got 4 goals. That's not bad, is it? That's more than I thought. Yeah, I mean, how many's Aguero got? How many's Aguero got? The thing about Aguero is, have you got LinkedIn? Says Matt. No, I'm probably on there, but it's not been updated for ages. It's probably a fake account. Anyway, we're about to kick off. I'm very excited about this game. So get involved and definitely get involved in the chat. I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to it all weekend, to be honest with you, regardless of bloody shit United. This is the sort of game that we can all pretend that we're not interested in it, but there's certain games that you sit back and you enjoy, whether you're a fan of another club or not. And this is a big game, Arsenal versus Spurs. And fair play to Spurs. I think they've made it a lot more competitive over the last few years than it ever was. I mean, derbies are great levelers, aren't they? That's the great thing about a derby. They are always great levelers, as we know. But Spurs... I would say Spurs are the better team in North London at the moment. You know, Champions League finalists. They finished above Arsenal last year. I don't think there's a lot in it, and I certainly think that Arsenal will be looking to sort of close that gap this season, and this is the first step to doing that. But at the moment, Arsenal might not like it, and they can point to all their Premier League trophies, but it's a bit like United saying we're a bigger club than Man City. Well, we are a bigger club, but who's the better club at the moment? It's Man City. United's history and annihilates Man City, and the same goes with Arsenal. But at the moment, I would say Spurs are the better club, but that could change very much in the next 90 minutes. We're off and running anyway. Interesting to see how Spurs are going to play this game. They've got Davinson Sanchez playing at right back, so they are playing the flat back four, as I said. Just to run through the teams again for you, Arsenal have got Leno, Maitland-Niles, Papadopoulos, David Luiz, Kolesnic, Torreira, Xhaka, Guendouzi, Pepe, Lacazette and Aubameyang, so no start for Ceballos or Ozil. And then Spurs, I've got Lloris, Alderweireld, Davinson Sanchez playing at right back, Vertonghen, Danny Rose, Sissoko and Winks, Lamela and Eriksson, and Son, Min and Kane. So I think Spurs are basically going to play a 4-2-2-2. That's how I think Spurs will play, with Davinson Sanchez at right back. But this is an early chance for Arsenal to come forward. And Spurs not starting off particularly well. And it's Pepe with the shot over the bar. Is this the game where Pepe arrives? We've seen some glimpses from Pepe, but we haven't seen him arrive totally yet. Also, just if we've got any Arsenal fans, what's the story with Kieran Tierney? Is he actually injured? Sissoko at right wing back for Orba will be interesting, says Mr. A. It doesn't look like Sissoko's playing at right wing back at all. It looks like a 4-4-2 with Davinson Sanchez at right back. In fact, it is. It's a 4-2-2. Nice little bit of play there from Kane. He's injured. Kieran Tierney is injured, says Thomas Triggs. I think today this stream is pretty much second for second, isn't it? There is a timer. It's above the name Arsenal. Josh Byrne. If you can't see it, get down opticians tomorrow. Jan GRG says a draw is the priority for United. Mate, don't bring United into any conversation at the moment. Until United can start beating relegation candidates, we've got no right to talk about fourth. I mean, we're playing Leicester, who are above us after the international break. If we lose that, we're in shit. We're about 8 seconds behind. That's pretty good for YouTube, to be fair. Only 8 seconds. That is pretty good. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I can tell we're quite quick because I'm getting the replies to what I'm saying very fast. Where are United going to finish, Joseph Isle? I will answer that at 8 PM tonight. So you've got to join me for 8 o'clock tonight on the United stand. But no, I am going to say it, but I think it's wasted in the first 10 minutes of a North London Derby stream because it's quite controversial what I'm going to say. And no, I'm not going to say we're going to win the title. Spurs and Arsenal. Who settles quicker in this game is the most important thing. And who keeps their discipline. I think Arsenal are firm favourites. I don't know about you. Give us some score predictions in the live comments as well. But I think Arsenal are firm favourites. Please do subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. We're trying to get to 88,000 subscribers today. So please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. We are doing loads of watch alongs on this channel this season. Champions League was what we were doing last year. But we're going to try and do a game a week during the season of the Premier League as well. So lots to get involved in this channel, and everybody's welcome. A lot of people saying 3-1 Arsenal. King Powley, Chris Pope as well. Amanafab 4 says 2-1 to Arsenal. Alex R7 says 3-0 Spurs. I like to have what you're drinking, mate. I'd love Spurs to win. Kelsey Gallagher says 2-1 to Spurs. Son could cause Arsenal meltdown, says Jeremy C. They're definitely a better team with Son in it. 2-2 says Robert Churcher. 5-0 to Arsenal, says Invincible Gunner. I want to read out as many as possible just so that we remember later on. 10-10 says DSRMe Pepper. Yeah, probably not going to happen. Joe Baker starting college tomorrow. Well done, Joe. All the best. 2-1 to Spurs, says Joel Morris. Ericsson, that's got to be a foul. Not given. 3-1 to Arsenal, says Dale J. And Rohan says 2-1 to Spurs. There's a lot of 3-1s to Arsenal, and there's a few 2-1s to Spurs, and there's a few 2-2s as well. Cross comes in there. Danny Rose clears it. And let's have a little look at the game at the moment. In fact, Spurs are going to clear that. So, yeah. Disarmy Pepper says I was joking with 10-10. I think we've all got a personality to understand that was a joke. Good running here from Kolasinac and a good recovery tackle from Sissoko leads to a corner for Arsenal. Arsenal doing the pressing at the moment, doing the pushing as you'd expect at the home team. Jay Ling's football says he's starting sixth form on Wednesday and he's scared. Don't be scared, mate. Embrace it. It's your future. Do you think Pepe was worth the money, says Johnny Franklin? How much did they pay for Pepe? Was it 70 million? I think they overpaid. And the only reason I say that is he's a very good player. Let me just see what happens with this corner. Arsenal have got a corner here. Whipped in. Up we go. Cleared. Edge of the box. Good hit. That was a really good hit by Maitland-Niles, I think. And the Spurs player got a block on it. It would have been interesting where that was heading if the block hadn't gone there. It's gone out for a throw-in. Yeah, on Nicola Pepe, he's a player that I would have took at United. I do rate him. I think he's a bit of a risk, but I would have thought that at United, and I would have took him at United. But I said in the summer, I wouldn't be comfortable paying any more than 60 million for Pepe, to be honest with you. So, I tell you what, that shot from Maitland-Niles was going to cause problems. He's caught it lovely, and it's heading right for the bottom corner. And I don't think Lloris gets there in time. He's diving, but I don't think he would have got that. So, a very important block. Here's Son down the left-hand side. Can he produce anything here? He's going to look to whip one in. It's not a bad cross, but David Luiz gets there. Arsenal do not need any sideshow Bob moments today. Arsenal getting everyone behind the ball. It was Kane who blocked it, says Amrafav. Go Spurs, says William Beast. Arsenal got the ball back. Arnold HCO2 says Dan James is so overrated. Well, it's too... Look, I'm not going to get into an argument about Dan James. He's got 3 goals in 4 games. He's a championship mid-winger for 15 million. I think whatever anybody thinks, that's a good return so far. Bo Boomer says, do you plan to do watch-alongs on other leagues? I do, and to be honest with you, I wish I'd done Rangers Celtic today, but I hadn't realised it was on until this morning, and I already had plans. So I do. I know that the Champions League watch-alongs, my first one is going to be Dortmund-Barcelona, I think. It's either Liverpool-Napoli or Dortmund-Barcelona. So I might just do Dortmund-Barcelona. I'm going to do the games I want to watch, really. I know that sounds selfish, but I want to just do the watch-alongs for the games I would normally watch. I would have watched this game today, so watch-along. Hey, Mark, please do a watch-along for Leeds versus Fulham this year, or at least the Championship playoffs. An old brownie. I can't say it was anywhere near on my list to do that, but we'll see. Manchester is Blue said Juve Napoli was great. It was a cracking game. It really was. It really was. Arsenal on the attack, getting a bit of a lucky bounce there, but Spurs clear it to the halfway line, back to the goalkeeper Leno. These games are so tense. Obviously I would prefer Spurs to beat Arsenal because that's just rivalry, isn't it? But I'm not emotionally involved in this game. If you are, you can feel the tense nature of this game. What do you think of Jamie Vardy this season, Mark? Says Joel Morris. I'm glad you asked. What a first goal yesterday for Leicester, and I think if Leicester can keep their injuries down, they've got a very good team. I can't wait to see United play Leicester in 2 weeks because I think Leicester are favourites. And I think United, see Prab says, my heart is beating so fast. Come on, Arsenal. Because it matters. It matters. It's a tense game. But yeah, I think that's the perfect game for United because if they don't win that, well, we're already in trouble. But it's like, bloody hell, how bad can we get? But if we win it, it's a good game to win. Mark, you should want the best team to win, says Zayn Miassi. You're an Arsenal fan. Love to see Sideshow Bob and Calamity Jones as a centre-back pairing, just as a social experiment, says Alligator. Yeah, Luis and Phil Jones, that would be worth a watch, wouldn't it? And Rude the One says, I think it will be a 2-2 draw. Both teams seem quite open so far. I don't know. I don't. Spurs, they're a good side. They get to Champions League finals, Spurs, but I just don't necessarily trust them not to get smashed. They just seem to have a naivety to them sometimes. Here's a chance for Arsenal. He's got to hit that. Poor shot, and it's gone wide from Lacazette. I thought it was a really good chance for him. Well, not a great chance. It opens up for him running towards goal, running towards the edge of the box, just ahead of the D. And he does not get hold of it at all, and it goes wide for a goal kick. The Veteran Trainer 88 says, hi Mark, I know you said no United comments, so I'll see you at 8 your time, 2 PM my time. There was a ridiculous comment I can wait to address. Well, let us know what it was, mate, because I can write it down on my notes for tonight, and I might not see it on the show tonight. Here's Son. He's broke away a little bit. He should be slipping Lamella in, and he has. And Lamella, poor shot, tap in, Ericsson, 1-0 to Spurs. What has Leno done? What a prat. It's a break by Son. He slips in Lamella. It's a shit shot by Lamella. It's a shit shot by Lamella. Leno should grab hold of it, palms it, and Ericsson's there to tap it home. 1-0 to Spurs, and that's football. But also, it's a terrible, terrible mistake by Leno. We'll have to see this back again. Son slips in Lamella, shoots. No, it's poor goalkeeping by Leno. He's got to do a lot better there, and it's 1-0 to Spurs. This will be the worst United season ever, says Veteran Trainer. I'll write this down. Worst season ever. Worst season ever. But it's 1-0 to Spurs. And, well, look, Arsenal are more than capable of coming back into this game. Of course they are. But that is a terrible, terrible mistake by Leno. Shit, actually. And Arsenal fans have... At least AFTV have got someone to blame. They always need someone to blame. And it's 1-0 to Arsenal. Tap in for Ericsson. And to be honest with you, if you can't see it, it's probably the easiest goal to score in Ericsson's life. It really is. And Lamella's got the assist. I mean, maybe that's why he picks him, because I never understand why he does, but there we go. It's 1-0 to Spurs. And I wouldn't say against the run of play, but you can't be making mistakes like that. Mark, we still have a pub team, says Zay Miassi. He's the Arsenal fan. He won't be happy about that. Defensive errors. defensive errors by Arsenal. You can't make mistakes like that. But I would say in a derby, anything's possible. Here's Lamela again. Into Eriksen. We've got people queuing up here, but Arsenal will clear. Arsenal need to collect themselves a little bit here. Plenty of time to go, but 10 minutes gone and they're 1-0 down because of a mistake by Leno. And that's the issue, isn't it, for Arsenal? It's always that back four issue. Can they solve problems when teams get at them? A bit of a draft on my feet there. I don't know what that's all about. I'm just changing the score for everybody. Somebody says, what are you doing? Arsenal then need to... Well, there's plenty of time left. There's plenty of time left. But if they want to get back in the game, they need to get a goal. And they might get a goal here. Left-hand side. He's fell over himself. And it's into the goalkeeper's arms. Mistake by Kolasinac there. Come back to what you know. Take everything. Well, it's put a cat amongst the pigeons. And that cat is called Eriksen. And it is 1-0. And I'll tell you who's causing problems as well. His name is Son. He is causing them all sorts of problems with his pace. Because obviously Arsenal want to play on the front foot. So... they're playing on the front foot, but it means that they're available on the break. I think it's a bad mistake by Leno. I don't know whether we've got any Arsenal fans in the Super Chats. What are you thinking? Mark, could you introduce an app for a Premier League match prediction league for all your followers? 3 points, perfect score. 1 point, right result. 0, wrong result, says Gold Piece Prosperity. We used to do it on something called Super Brew. Or is that a drink? Something like that. I like Kane, but I think Son is Spurs' most important player. Controversial takes, Alligator. No, I agree. I absolutely love Son. I don't know how they didn't beat Newcastle last week with Son because he missed the first couple of games. But yeah, I'm just watching this back again. Leno, the thing is about Leno, even if he can't keep hold of the ball, palm it towards the Arsenal defenders. Don't palm it somewhere where you can't see. Super Brew, that's what it was called. Yeah, it was called Super Brew, I was right. It's poor defending from Arsenal all around, really. It is. What a player is this Son, says Srejit Banerjee. Leno is great for us, but is a liability, says Jam. Son is the man. He pulls the impossible, says Jeremy C. I thought it's early days for Arsenal. I've seen Spurs be ahead. Was it last year in the North London derby and they ended up losing? So they can still lose this game, Spurs. I think the team you want to score first is Spurs anyway because it makes it that little bit more interesting. As a game, it'll be a better game now, I think. But Spurs are hurting Arsenal a little bit on the break. They're coming forward again here with Eriksen. And he needs a ball to the left there. And he goes for goal. It was a good shot as well. Eriksen turning on the works here. Maybe a late audition for a move to Real Madrid. Zane's gone all quiet, says Sale Super Male Vitality. What you got, Zane? Miasi, what do you got? Anyone here rate Xhaka? Why does our manager pick him? Says Charlie. I'm glad. Look. This is that's football, and everybody knows I banter Arsenal, but I banter Arsenal for a reason, and that's because you've got a couple of fans I think are dicks. But to be honest with you, this channel is about everybody having their say, and I said it before the game started that I'm not a fan of Lamela. Well, he's got an assist. Not a fan of Lamela, and I don't rate Xhaka either, but I'm not an Arsenal fan and I'm not a Spurs fan, and you lot will know more than me. I know as a United fan, I get so frustrated when Ashley Young gets picked, or, you know, there are players that we've picked over the last few years, like Fellaini, and people like that, just despair. Is Xhaka a player like that for Arsenal fans? I don't know. Mark, do you think United players are copies and the real players been kidnapped like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, says Zane Miasi? Zane, stop shifting the attention to Manchester United. I know you're an Arsenal fan. This is Arsenal versus Spurs. You're not shifting the attention to Manchester United. That's on the United stand at 8 o'clock. We've got a free kick here for Spurs to whip in. It's one of those free kicks where everyone's stood on the edge of the box. Cross comes in. Leno comes and catches it. Doesn't want to make another mistake, and he rolls it out to Kolasinac. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to this channel, please. Bottom right hand corner, loads and loads coming up over this season. We really want to get to 100,000 subscribers before Christmas. So look, we're a community. Help us out. Press the share button underneath if you already have subscribed, and subscribe and share it on your Facebook and Twitter. If you haven't subscribed, bottom right hand corner. Yeah, what do you think actually? I mean, Arsenal have just knocked it out for a throw in here. We're going to do Champions League watch-alongs. So Champions League kicks in after the next international break. 2 weeks on Tuesday is the first one. The two games I'm thinking of choosing from as the first watch-along of the Champions League. It's either Liverpool-Napoli or Dortmund-Barcelona. And we're a democracy here. So which one do you want me to do a watch-along of? Liverpool-Napoli or Dortmund-Barcelona? Arsenal. Oh, how did they not get a foot on that there? Spurs will clear. But Arsenal were in. And here's Son again. And he's got a runner. He's got a runner. No, you've got to go on your own, mate. Go for it. Go for yourself. Oh, what a save by Leno. I tell you what. Leno has just redeemed himself there. World-class save there. World-class save. I'm so good I'm going to tweet it. Leno redeems himself. Because that is a fucking brilliant save. Son just cuts in onto his foot. We're watching it from behind. That's what she said. Oh, it's a cracking save by Leno. Full stretch. World-class save. And he has redeemed himself there. You can't say anything else. He has redeemed himself. It was a fucking brilliant save. Sorry to swear. Xhaka and Pogba play like they are constipated. We should sign Mark Noble, says Zayn Miassi. Spurs all over them, says Yasser. I don't think they're all over them. I think Arsenal are a threat, but Spurs are hurting them on the break. Corner though, and it's into Leno's hand. So Leno has responded very, very well. Arsenal trying to hit Spurs on the break there, but Spurs have it back. And game management from Spurs is really good at the moment. But one goal, you know, Spurs aren't going to keep a clean sheet, are they? Goldbridge, give us a wave, says Rodman Cropper. Hello, everybody. Remember Dele Alli's wave? Okay, it was a fantastic save. A lot of people saying Liverpool-Napoli now. Dortmund as well. Liverpool-Napoli, Barca game. Napoli will be a good game. Napoli will be a good game because they've got Lozano, they've got some good signings. Where did James Rodriguez go? Did he stay at Madrid? I suppose he still could go somewhere, couldn't he? Oh, Harry Winks has been pulled out there. What an interception that was by Vertonghen. They were nearly playing a through ball to Pepe. Koulibaly's goal was brilliant last night. Late winner, but it was for Juventus. Smalling makes Roma bench already. Good for him, says Charles B. Are Inter playing today? Be interesting. I wouldn't mind doing Inter Juventus actually as a watch along whenever that is, because I think that would be obviously interesting to see how Lukaku and Sanchez get on. Free kick here to Arsenal. I'm not a Spurs fan. This is just no. Thanks to JT Sports, he says that he is still at Real Madrid. PSG Real Madrid is on the Wednesday night. Manchester is blue. Yeah, that would be the pick for the Wednesday night, certainly. I agree with you there. James Rodriguez is actually injured at the moment. A lot of people seem to be going for Liverpool-Napoli as their game. So, a chance for Arsenal to whip one in here. This game will swing on goals. This game will swing on goals. If Arsenal get a goal, momentum, they'll go and get a second. But Arsenal do need to be very careful on the break. Mark, we are a joke. We got too cocky, says Zayn Miassi. That's an Arsenal fan. Plenty of time to go. Plenty of time to go, mate. Oh, Eriksen had a chance there to get Kane and Son away. Offside. Gary Sarbuk says Serie A is a Mourinho league, slow defensive football and look to counter-attack. You're right. I mean, look, the only reason I watch a lot of Italian football is because after the World Cup in 1990, Channel 4 started showing it. And every Sunday afternoon I used to watch whatever the game was. But you're right, it was I think there was a point even then, I think, where you got 1 point for a draw and 2 points for a win. And then they ended up changing it. But so drawing was a good thing because you only got 1 more point for winning. I can't remember what year they changed that. But it is the thing about Italian league is it's still very it is slower than the Premier League. Humza Raymond says, looks like AFTV and chill tonight. Way too early for that. Way too early for that. Having said that, Spurs have had 4 shots on target. Arsenal have had none so far. If you could support a different team, who would it be? I wouldn't change. I mean, I think Manchester United are just I feel fortunate to support Manchester United because the like, when you understand like Munich and everything like that, it's more than a football club. And I know everyone feels like that about the club that they support. I know Liverpool fans feel like that. They've been through their tragedy as well. But I wouldn't swap supporting Manchester United. It just matters. So there's no other. If Manchester United didn't exist and I had to support another club, that should be a goal. What a stop by Danny Rose. Pepe on the back post. Cross comes over. He's literally 2 yards away on the back post and he heads it towards goal and Danny Rose gets up. It should be a goal for Arsenal, this. Lovely bit of play by Aubameyang. Pepe and Danny Rose just gets himself in the way because I think that's going in. Does everything right. Well done, Danny Rose. Well done, Danny Rose. Rose with a blinder, says Yasser. Another cross coming in. It's a good one. Ooh, just shoots wide. Torreira. That's twice now. Crosses have come in. They come to the edge of the box and Arsenal have had men unmarked. This time it's Torreira. How close was he? Not really close at all. Mark, if you don't want Young, we will take him. He's still decent, says Zayn Niassi. Where would you play Ashley Young, though? Like, he's not better than Maitland-Niles, surely. This is weird now. Spurs really do like to play this, where you can have your defenders in the box for the goal kicks. But Arsenal at the moment coming back into it better. Come on, Arsenal, says Andra Ubenak. Who's finishing lower, Chelsea or United, says Jack Barlow. Get in the live comments. It's not all just about what I say. Who do I think will finish lower, Chelsea or United? Well, I don't want to hint about what I'm going to say at 8 o'clock on the United stand, but I think that I think United will finish above Chelsea because Chelsea have got to play Champions League, haven't they? And they've got no squad. Who scored, please? Says Big Gob Bob. It was Ericsson. Yeah, I mean, we have seen a world-class save by Leno from Son. It was absolutely superb. But the goal that was conceded was totally Leno's fault. A cross shot by Lamela with very little power. But he palmed it into the hands of Ericsson. And it was a simple tap-in. Rose is better than Shaw, says Jeff C. Well, he is at the moment because Shaw's injured. It's a tense game, isn't it? And I'm not even a fan of either of these clubs. I'm just watching it as a neutral, really. Zayn Mayassi says, Mark, you are not Theatre of Dreams, more like the Puppets theatre with Woodward pulling old strings. Nothing will change till you get rid of him. Well, I tell you what, Zayn, you've got a very good chance for a shot here. I genuinely don't think this was a foul on Lacazette. It probably was. A little bit soft, but it's very, very central. And it's a good opportunity for Arsenal to get their first shot on target here. One of those free kicks that you despair of, really, because it probably was a free kick. It was very soft, but it was a free kick and reflection. And it gives Arsenal an opportunity from a set piece, which you don't want to do when you've grafted to get in front. So it's Luis who's going to stand in front of it. Pepe's putting the ball down. How to make yourself an Arsenal hero straight away, David. It's very, very central, though. It's about 30 yards out. Do I think Daniel James is better than Hudson-Odoi, says Isaac Jones. Look, Hudson-Odoi looks like a good player, doesn't he? So I don't think you can start making those comparisons in August, by the way. It's a long old season. I think Nicola Pepe should hit this. It's definitely not. He has hit it, and it's wide. And Lloris was diving. I think it was the right choice there. He was the right man to hit that free kick. But it's gone wide. It's not gone in. Another free kick here. Yellow card. Danny Rose. It's the passing out from the back here from Spurs. Danny Rose. Oh, I don't know. I don't know whether that. I don't know about that. Let's have a look. No, it's a dive. It's a dive. That is. It's not really a yellow card. Bought that. He's definitely bought that. So Nicola Pepe will whip this one in. He's got to arrive at some point, you know. That's all I'm going to say. He's got to arrive at some point. Now, I don't think he'll be shooting from here. Although he could, conceivably, he could have a little shot. Everyone's lining up like he's going to cross it. But he's sort of level with the bottom right-hand corner of the penalty box. No, he's crossed it. It's a good cross and it's very good defensive heading from Alderweireld. So it will be a corner. Corner for Arsenal. Nearly half an hour gone. That'll be another corner as well. Alderweireld heading it sort of towards his goal, which is a little bit odd. Another corner here. Right. Kane is a better defender than a striker, says Wayne Azapurl. To be fair, Spurs shouldn't be conceding goals from set pieces because they've got the bigger team. Oh, Martin Atkinson, what are you doing? Fucking hell, it's a North London derby, you greying twat. Like, just get on with it. Talking at bloody defenders. I can't stand Martin Atkinson. Just retire. Who's the best Brazilian to ever play in the Premier League, says Steve Shalom. Get in the live comments. Off the top of my head, the best Brazilian to play in the Premier League. Let me think. Cross comes in. Let me get rid of it. Not me, Spurs. I feel like I'm going to neglect somebody who is obviously the best Brazilian in the league, who's played in the Premier League. But I mean, I've got to be honest. Like, Firmino is coming to mind. Coutinho did come to mind. He was very good. I can't think. Fernandinho's been good for Man City, but he won't get the glory. Has there been any good centre backs or keepers? Alisson's quite good. You're probably looking at Liverpool players, aren't you? So yeah, Ramirez was okay. Jack Barlow, I would agree with that. But I think yeah. For me, I think I would, unless I'm glaringly missing somebody, and I don't. David Luiz, no chance. Don't be stupid. Janino was very good. Janino is a very good shout. I'm going to give them. Whoever said it. I can't see your name now. You deserve a shout out. Can't see it. Somebody said Janino. Well, somebody else has said it. Neil Murphy. I think you've got to say Janino. I mean, he did it in a shit team as well. Rumour has it Zayn Miassi uses toilet paper with your face printed on it and has a personal shrine of you in his spare room, says Nick P. Yeah, I'm going to go with Janino. Again, I always like that, though, because I think we live Arsenal on the attack. Pepe up against Davinson Sanchez. He's done well, but Sanchez has won it back. just going to see out this Arsenal attack actually at the moment. Guendouzi. And it's going to give another yellow card here. Lamela. Be careful in these games. Yellow cards stack up. You get a red card. So get out of jail for Arsenal if that happens. So Lamela's booked here for pulling a shirt off the pitch. On the pitch, obviously. So another corner for Arsenal. They've had a few corners in this game. But the fact that they're maybe looking to go short here is probably because they feel that they're not getting enough out of Spurs' defence. Another cross. And Spurs will come away with it here with Sissoko. He needs a runner. Oh, why don't you keep running there? Son's going to chase it down. Yeah, Juninho. Look, as I said before a few minutes ago, I love the Premier League and I've been watching it since day one. And I think we all get locked up in the modern game. But the Premier League's been going for 30 years nearly. And Juninho was fantastic for Middlesbrough. Absolutely fantastic. Free kick to Spurs. Player you wish succeeded at United but didn't, says Luke at FLG. I think we've all got a player like that, haven't we? Zayn Miassi says, Mark, you bash the Portuguese league, but it's produced players like Figo, Ronaldo, Rui Costa, Bernardo Silva and Nani. Player that I really wish had succeeded at United. I mean, I think one that comes to mind straight away is Veron. He was a fantastic signing. Falcao as well. Spurs not really in this game at the moment. I think Arsenal need to sort of capitalise on this momentum that they're definitely getting. Nice little ball wide to Aubameyang here. He's already put one good cross in. Puts in another. And again, I think Pepe's got to be doing better there. Aubameyang's put two good crosses into him. And he could have done better there. I would like to see that one back. First one, Danny Rose made a great block. That one, I think he makes a mistake. I think he messes that one up. Spurs got the ball. Pepe is overrated to score. I think Pepe will come good. His goal record was ridiculous in the French league. So, you know, he's got good stats. And that's a bad ball by Lacazette. Hopefully they'll show this Pepe chance again now. Aubameyang's got a lovely cross on him though, hasn't he? Really has. Really has. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we're trying to get up to 88,000 subscribers today, which would be fantastic. We do FIFA on here. FIFA 20 is coming up very soon, but I'm still going through a FIFA career mode at the moment. Probably do that for you tomorrow, another episode of that. And watch-alongs, and everybody's welcome, so please subscribe. Who's dominating, says Adam472. I wouldn't say there is a dominating force in this game. I mean, let me just go and have a look at statistics. I would say Arsenal probably got more of the ball. 50-50 actually. And Arsenal have had more shots, but they've had none on target. Look, it's probably playing out like you would expect it to play out, really. Arsenal have got more momentum because they're the home side. Spurs have got their goal and are playing on the break. But this game, Arsenal will score. So if Spurs want to win, they're going to have to score again. Arsenal will not score in a North London derby at the Emirates. Spurs at the moment, though, just play that into Kane. Kane shoots. Leno. Son, I think he should have crossed that first. What are you doing? Why didn't Kane hit that first time? What a prat. What an absolute prat. Great ball by Son to Harry Kane. And he took a touch in the box. You're meant to be a world-class striker. You don't get a touch in the box at Premier League level. Real good chance that. And Kane just didn't take it. What a prat, Harry Kane. The shot by Harry Kane is good from distance. Leno spills it. I think Son could have chipped that up across the box there. But when he gives it to Kane here, you just got to hit it. Hit it with your left foot. Amateur. Amateur, that was. So Arsenal on the attack now. Still 10 minutes to go to half-time. It's been a good game, hasn't it? I've got to say, it's been a good game. And I can see Arsenal scoring next. Klasnic. Lacazette. Arsenal, Spurs trying to break away again here, but there's Son. And this is where Spurs are getting loads and loads of joy, when they can get Son in the final third and sort of break against Arsenal, although that break's gone now. And Lamela, to be fair, has been very busy in this game. Ericsson, here he is, Lamela. Man on. Oh, ref, he's got to give a foul there. It is a foul. Zayn Miassi, I think, what I'm going to say responsibly now, stop making super chats because they are getting silly, and just put normal comments in. Come on, you Gunners, as Russell Crowe said in Gladiator, on my command, unleash hell. As I said, Zane, I can't think that Arsenal will not score in a game like this. I would expect them to score. Good shot there, and another good save by Leno. I don't know whether it was one for the cameras or not, but it was hit from distance. And Harry Winks, very busy. What do you think of Harry Winks? I like Harry Winks. He's been busy there. He's done really well. Into Son. He's given a penalty. He's given a penalty. Martin Atkinson is given a penalty. It was on Son. It was one of those ones where he lays it off. Xhaka's gone in, and you're watching the ball for the layoff. But it is a penalty. I didn't really see it at the time. He gets it in the box. He lays it off. And yes, there's no doubt about that. Xhaka's reckless. Lays it off. Xhaka's gone sliding in. Yeah, definite contact. It's a penalty. It's not going to get referred back. So Harry Kane with an opportunity to make it 2-0 here. Was it not 2-0 less time last year? Or maybe it went 2-1. I don't know. So Harry Kane with the opportunity to make it 2-0. And will he do it? Will he do it? We like a penalty. We like a penalty. Leno made the mistake on the first goal, made a world-class save from Son a few minutes after that. Can he make another save to keep Arsenal in the NLD? Harry Kane. Here he goes. He probably should have scored a few minutes ago, but took a touch in the box. He takes another touch in the box, and he puts it home. Arsenal 2-0 down. You've got caned. And I tell you what, we've just had a phone call from NASA because the Pratt in the Hat's head has just exploded and hit orbit. There's a hat in the air that says Pratt, and it's gone into orbit. NASA are saying, what is that object? It's shot out of the Emirates. Because they're fuming. Arsenal are fuming in their biggest game of the season so far. They are 2-0 down. Deserved penalty. Son is causing them all sorts of problems. They just got caned. 2-0. 2-0. And look, it's only what they deserve. It's only what Arsenal deserve at the moment. I still think they can come back into this game, but they're going to have to really come back into this game to get 3 points now. I think 1, it's on. 2, it's not. And Spurs are playing the perfect game. I did not predict this result. And it's not a result at the moment. So let's not get excited. I think if Arsenal can get a goal before half-time, it gives them an opportunity to get back into it. But Spurs are playing the perfect away game at the moment. They're hitting on the break. They're hurting Spurs on the break. And Arsenal, for all the possession, and they have looked dangerous. They've not tested Lloris once. But here's a chance they need a goal before half time. They can get a goal before half time. We've got a grandstand second half, but they're not going to do it like that. 2-0 to Arsenal. What a game. I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. And well done. Well done to Spurs. And Son, look at the pace, but Leno's come out there. I couldn't even see Leno because he was camouflaged in the pitch. But he had to be quick off his line there because Son was going to be in one-on-one. Yeah, I tell you what, for all the big gobbing Arsenal fans give This will hurt. If they lose this game today, this will hurt Arsenal fans. You know it will. Steve Shalom says, what is it that makes Spurs everyone's favourite second team? Is it the way they play? It's not spending money. Everyone likes Spurs, me included. I like Spurs because I actually got a present when I was about 8 from a friend of mine that was a Spurs door thing. And everyone will call me a Spurs fans now. So I always quite liked them, and I really liked Chris Waddle and Gaza. So I always used to watch out for them, but never supported them. But I always looked out for them. Super chat, Zayn Miasi. This is a shambles, a joke. Xhaka plays like a man in drag. I thought Xhaka might get a bit of stick actually in these games, but there's always someone to blame with Arsenal Fan TV. So, yeah, Xhaka's about to get it, isn't he, I think? Xhaka and Leno, you're going to get a load of stick today. Get your spit shield out because you're going to get sworn at by the flip-flops. But if Arsenal get a goal before half-time, this game is not done. This game is not done. And remember, Spurs have got 2 players. What a save by Lloris. See what I mean? See what I mean? That was a good chance for Pepe. And he delivered there. He did deliver. He gets it in the box. He's not got a lot of time. Turns, shoots. Good save, Lloris. If he got it a little bit closer to the post, it would have been a goal. And old Brownie, I support United and Fulham, but Son is my favourite player in the EPL football, and I'd trade any player on United for him. He is brilliant. He is absolutely brilliant. And it's a corner here for Spurs. But Son is just absolutely superb. He is. I love Son. He is absolutely superb. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. I need to stand up because I've got a pain in my balls, so I'm just going to disappear for a minute. Eriksen's taken a short corner into Lamela. Cross comes in. Edge of the box. Chance for Sissoko. Never going in. I knew that Sissoko there was going to go back to Newcastle Sissoko. Blasts it crap wide. But for Spurs, it's about game management now. Can they get to half-time 2-0 up? Can't hate the guy. Would take him at United, no questions asked, says David Baratheon. Oh, I love Son. I think he's a great player. And he is very similar to Ronaldo. He's like a Poundland version of Ronaldo, because Ronaldo and Messi are just on another planet, aren't they? But the way he moves, the way he runs, very, very similar. Mistake here. Arsenal could be in. I'd take a foul here if I was a Spurs player. Gundosi. You don't want to concede before half-time. Aubameyang. Sissoko gives the foul away. Edge of the box. Zayn Miasi, we're a disgrace to lose to pub team like this. We are becoming as bad as United. Banter all the way. Will you still be a point ahead of Arsenal? Arsenal will still be a point ahead of United, and they have played Liverpool and Spurs, so they've had a tougher start. But this is only half. This isn't even half time yet. I think if Arsenal get a goal now, I would say they won't lose this game. Lacazette is over it. Bloody hell, I've missed the second goal now, says Big God Bob. Who scored, please? Penalty, Harry Kane. 2 minutes added on. It was a definite penalty as well. Son gives the pass to Eriksen and Xhaka comes flying in and Martin Atkinson spot on. But if Arsenal can get a goal here, this will be a brilliant second half. I think it'll be a good second half anyway, but Arsenal can get back into this game. They've just got to get... Well, this goal before half-time would be key to that. Got to get it over the wall and on target. That's what he's got to do. Lacazette. The French Charlie Austin. He's got it over the wall. Lloris. That's how you palm it away. I don't know what Aubameyang wants. But Danny Rose has made another stupid error here. And it's getting a little bit tetchy in there. But Arsenal pushing for a goal here. And they've got time. Goal. Yeah. You can always come in. Lacazette. 2-1. I told you. Oh, Spurs. That goes back to Danny Rose, that does. Poor from Danny Rose. They've cleared the danger after the free kick. The free kick is cleared. And Danny Rose playing some shit ball out. And Arsenal just commit men forward. And they had chances to get rid of this ball, Spurs. And then they just go to sleep. It's just a silly little ball. Good goal by the French Lacazette. He is French. But you don't want to concede just before half-time. And that's their first shot on target as well. But I told you, if Arsenal can get a goal before half-time, and they have done, it sets it up perfectly. Good finish as well. But that's poor game management from Spurs. That is poor game management. They had an opportunity to clear that ball. You've got 1 minute, really, to clear the ball, and you just invite pressure. Poor defending. And Arsenal, game on. It's not over. It's not over, people. And I tell you what, I'm going to be honest here. I could see Arsenal maybe still winning this, because 2-1, half a game to go. It is half time now. Well, it makes it interesting, doesn't it? It definitely makes it interesting. I'm just changing the score for everybody there. They won't. Yeah, you can't complain with that. You can't complain that. It's a legit goal for Arsenal. And, yeah, 2-1 to Arsenal. Poor by Spurs not to game manage it out. But having said that, the story of the half, Leno makes a mistake, palms it into Eriksen. Simple goal, 1-0. Then it's the penalty. And obviously it was a penalty. Harry Kane scores it. And then just poor from Spurs in first half stoppage time. You go in 2-0. I don't see Arsenal winning this game. You go in at 2-1. Arsenal got the momentum. You can fancy Arsenal scoring 2 goals in this game in the second half. So it's still very much in the balance, this game. Spurs just naively at the back there. But there we go. Son will pull one for Spurs. Football. Spurs, 6s and 7s at the back, says Vinny Clough. They've got to clear that. Alligator, Spurs bottle job mode activated. And what do you think about James matching Sanchez score records in just a short amount of time, says Sean Hunt? I don't really want to talk about United, Sean, to be honest with you. Arsenal fans, are Emery in again now? Says E. Cording. And, yeah, Pepe the boss. I mean, Pepe had a good few chances in that game, really. He just didn't really convert them, did he? Here we go. Let's have a look then. Well, I sort of don't want that game to end now, because the half-time sort of feels it like that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. We want to try to get 88,000 subscribers today. That's football. Everybody's welcome. We'll be doing watch-alongs for the Champions League. We do one a week in the Premier League as well, and other games, so make sure you get involved. Swap Emery for Solskjaer, says Mark Flip-Flopper. I don't think you'll be saying that at 90 minutes. I think this game is very much in the balance. 45 minutes for Arsenal to get at least one more goal. Spurs need to keep it the same. They need to keep hurting Arsenal on the break. Arsenal are obviously going to press forward. There's more goals in this game. I think from this position, Spurs would be idiots to lose it. But you know, if you're a Spurs fan, you're like, yeah, we can lose this game. Arsenal's point of view, you've got the goal before half-time. You've got the momentum. You keep at it. I mean, I think that was Arsenal's... I know, Pepe had a chance just before that. So, Arsenal will fancy getting themselves a goal in the second half. Of course they will. Of course they will. Come on, you Gunners. We are beating the Sith as we are Jedi, says Zayn Massey. Do you think the Preb will turn into a Farmers League with Man City seeming to run away with the league, says Harrison Creaser? There is a fear that the league will get a bit boring. Mora could make a huge difference, says Sean Hunter. Yeah, the Adebayor derby gets interesting right at half-time. If you could change a rule, what would you choose, says Steve Shallam. And still think Arsenal will win, says Joy101. If I could change a rule, what would I change? VAR. I don't understand it. Mark, is Football Manager fun, says Rob Gaming. It's alright. It's alright. I haven't played it for ages. Let's be honest. Lacazette was dreadful and needs to be sold, says Jambles. Draughty Devil, Zayn is going to drop a massive one at some point. Can feel it. I don't know what Zayn's on, actually. Mark, do you rate Danny Rose, says Abdullah Abdihi. I did until that stupid fucking mistake right on half time. I mean, look, Arsenal have a free kick with Lacazette. It's palmed out by Lloris. It comes to Danny Rose. You got 1 minute of the half left. Hit the fucking ball over the halfway line and get everybody out. What does he try and do? Some stupid bloody pass. Arsenal are back on the attack and Arsenal score. You know, percentage game. But this probably coming from the training ground, to be honest. Poch likes to pass out from the back. Chung Lee says, Ollie got an excuse for bad results equals lack of signings and poor squad. What excuse does this bottle job Poch have? I don't want him at United, to be honest, says Chung Lee. They are winning 2-1, Chung Lee. They are playing. They have game managed it quite well, and they are winning 2-1. James Russell, thanks for coming. Fuck off. And I'm a QPR fan. I love this channel. Keep up the good work. Mark, says John Gregg. The quality difference between these two and United, says EO. Yeah, there is a massive difference in the teams. I mean, you just felt. I mean, to be honest with you, as a Manchester United fan, if we were 2-0 down to Spurs, would I think that United would be doing that before half-time at Old Trafford? God, no. But I felt that Arsenal were going to score, which is why I said Danny Rose has just got to hit Rose Ed with that ball. Get it out, get to half-time 2-0 up. But you could feel a goal was coming from Arsenal. You don't get that feeling with United at the moment. Please do subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. We're trying to get up to 88,000 subscribers today. And remember, everybody is welcome here. Arsenal versus Tottenham. What a first half that was. This was the score last season at half-time and Arsenal still won 4-2. Says Teo. Exactly. And that will be in Spurs' head and it will be in Arsenal's head as well. Pepe's a B-Tech Daniel James, says Ayuba Salif. Wait till full-time. I think Pepe could have had 2 goals in that half. One gets blocked by Danny Rose, a cross from Aubameyang, another cross from Aubameyang, he doesn't get his head on it, another shot, he's about a foot away from putting it in the bottom corner. What I would say about Pepe is he is getting on the end of chances. Mourinho is a bus driver. Yep. Who will finish higher, Spurs or Arsenal, says Max Hawthorne. I think this game goes a long way to telling you that. I mean, if Arsenal win, they're on 9 points and Spurs are on 4. That's a 5-point gap. It's a 5-point swing. If Spurs win, they're on 7. Arsenal are on 6. It's a 1-point gap. So, what's your thought on Everton's results? That's a good result for them today. It's a good result for them today. As a United fan, what result would you want out of this, Mark, says EO? I think a draw. As a United fan, you want a draw, don't you? Yeah. But then again, if they draw, Spurs are on 5 points, Arsenal are on 7 points. If Spurs win, Arsenal are on 7 points, Arsenal are on 6 points. So it's not Spurs or a draw, isn't it, really? Mark is earning a lot from watching Arsenal versus Tottenham, says Valor the Dolphin. Zayn Mayassi is mad. I've told him to stop making any super chats. It's ridiculous. Is it worth placing a bet for an Arsenal win, says Matt. I'm not going to tell you to put bets on, but if you're asking me at half time what I think is going to happen, then I think Arsenal will score again, and then it depends how quick they score. Next goal's key, isn't it? If Spurs can play the way they did in the first half up until that goal and keep it tight and hit them on the break, there's a chance that Spurs can score again. But you know that Arsenal have got the momentum now, so it's difficult. Let's watch Poch and the Bottlers mess this one up, says Marky. I think there is a feeling in the live comments. I mean, let's get into that live comments. Who do you think's going to win this game now? Arsenal or Spurs, or are you going to go with a draw? Get in the live comments. Just put Arsenal, Spurs, or a draw. How would Sigurdsson be for our number 10 at United, says GB190? No from me. It's a no from me. Still a lot of people are saying Spurs. We've got a lot of people still saying Spurs. Then there's a few Arsenals. Arsenal won't win, but it's probably Arsenal fans being negative. Leo Leon. Draw. A few draws, but mainly I would say people are saying Spurs are going to win this, which is interesting because if you're asking me, I probably, because I don't want Arsenal to win, would say Arsenal. What's the title for tonight's scaremongering show then, says Ash Smith. Don't fucking watch it, Ash. And Xhaka is Matic, says Phenomenal Empire. Yeah, do watch the United stand at 8 o'clock tonight. I've got a few things I want to discuss that I'm not happy about, really. And a lot of it's to do with how shit United are, and I say it how I think it. It's not Ollie out, definitely not Ollie out, but I'm fed up of the garbage that's coming out of the club and out of Ollie's mouth and out of his mates' mouths who used to play with him, saying this is a 3-year job. It's not a fucking 3-year job. It's not a 3-year job to beat Palace and Southampton. It might be a 3-year job to win a title, but it's not a 3-year job to beat Palace and Southampton. I'm sorry. Manchester United, with the squad they've got, should not be losing to Palace and drawing with Southampton. They shouldn't. That's not a 3-year job. That's bad coaching and bad performances on the pitch. Titles, yeah, I agree. But this is a step backwards now. This is a step backwards to be dropping the points against relegation fodder. It's not good enough. Zayn Mayassi says, I'll bet you 100 quid we will win. I don't bet, mate, so bet you 100 quid yourself. And Ollie out, says Adam United. Well, join me tonight at 8 o'clock on the United stand. Mark Flip Flopper says Ollie is a dead man walking. A lot of people saying that he'll be gone by Christmas. I don't think the club want to sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, so I don't think he'll be gone by Christmas. I would say even if we're in the relegation spots, they wouldn't sack him, but maybe I'm wrong. Unai out, says Newton Heath. And Arsenal suck, they're a banter club, says Connor Ellis. I never understood what Unai sees in Guendouzi, says African Expert 254. I'm surprised, and I don't know whether how many Arsenal fans we've got watching, but I'm very surprised that Ceballos is not playing. I know he's gone for that aggression and tenacity and work rate in the midfield with Torreira and Xhaka and Guendouzi, but I do not want... I would have played Ceballos. He's a player that I really do like. And I'm very, very surprised that he hasn't gone with that. But maybe second half he will get him on. And he is a player that will enhance Arsenal going forward. And they haven't played particularly well defensively anyway. So maybe you would just go with that. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what he fancies doing in the second half, of course. Mark, what Spurs and Arsenal player would you take to United, says Jayling's Football? Good question. Get in the live comments, everybody. We'll read some of those out. I think you can't go much wrong with... you can't go much wrong with... what's his face? Son from Spurs. Arsenal is difficult because... I wouldn't take any of their goalkeepers or defenders. I wouldn't take any of their midfielders, even though United desperately need a midfielder. It's funny, isn't it? If I take one player from Spurs and Arsenal, United desperately need midfielders, but I wouldn't take any of Arsenal midfielders. And I wouldn't take any of Spurs midfielders. So, not seen enough... Well, I probably would, Ndembele, but I wouldn't be able to take Ndembele because I just desperately want Son. From Arsenal, I'd probably take Aubameyang. Yeah, I'd probably take Aubameyang or maybe Pepe. I do rate Pepe, but why would you take Pepe and Son? So I'd probably go with Aubameyang and Son, to be honest with you. Torreira says, don't read my name. Torreira started off very well, but he's not doing so well now. If I could take a Liverpool midfielder, it would be Fabinho, 100%. I've always wanted him at United. Abdullah agrees with me. He's gone with Aubameyang and Son. Zayn Mayassi says, Mark, at least the Arsenal play exciting football. You play dull football. Hey, mate, what are you looking for? What's your purpose here? Like, you're losing 2-1 and you're throwing shots at United, and you're talking to a United fan who doesn't disagree that we play crap football, but it's my club. I'm not a Chelsea fan who downs tools and goes and supports Man City. Manchester United's my club. We're playing shit. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say about it? 5-2 for Arsenal in the second half, says Joshua Melville. Well, you just don't know. You just don't know. I think that this is a dangerous score for Spurs, and I think if Arsenal can get their foot down on the pedal and get some momentum in this second half, they can definitely go on and win this game. There's always a question mark about Spurs' fragility. There's always look, and I said this before the game kicked off. Whatever you say about Arsenal being bottlers and spineless, I think they can be bottlers and spineless, but the one game they always seem to be up for from minute one to the last kick of the game is Spurs at the Emirates. So we aren't going to see Spurs. Arsenal will not down tools in this game. They will not bottle this game. They will keep going at it. They will keep at it. And it's down to Spurs game management in this second half. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Xhaka or Matic, says Saba. I'd rather play with neither, to be honest. Has there been any fights with the players, says Ashley Farmer? No, not yet. Not yet. 2-4 Spurs incoming, says Mick_. Spurs need to be careful. They are on 2 yellow cards. So Stingle in Larassa. Yes, I agree with you on that. So Danny Rose is on a yellow card, as is Lamela. What Spurs need to do is get Winks and Sissoko to sit in front of that back four and protect it. The back four need to stay concentrated and just keep hitting the channels for Son on the break so that Eriksen, Lamela and Kane can pick up the scraps. It's about the next goal. It's about the next goal. And if Arsenal get it, I can see them going to win it. I think if Spurs get it, they won't lose. So let's see who gets that next goal. But it's a very, very, very exciting second half install. And let's see what's going to happen. Lacazette's there. Goal on half time. Just waiting for the ref to kick it off. 45 minutes to go. We're off. Which way is it going to go, people? Which way is it going to go? Peaky Blinders tonight, Big God Bob, yeah. I only watched the second one last night, so it's great for me. One last night and then on to the next one tonight. Right, Arsenal straight onto the attack. If I was Spurs, I'd try and slow the game down a little bit as well. What you don't want is end-to-end, crowd up. None of that. Just try and take the pace out of the game a little bit. Try and slow it down a little bit. Which is not what's happening here because Arsenal's straight onto the attack. Not the start you want. Arsenal already just getting a load of ball in the final third. They've still got the ball in the final third. And what a cross that was by Maitland-Niles. And I think it's Lacazette who gets his head on it. Lloris makes a save. It wasn't really going to test Lloris, but it's on target. I haven't seen Brassic yet. Sally Devil Red 7. Is that the one with old Tina from Korea in it? What's her name? Michelle. I can't think of a name. I know who you mean. Sierra King's going for a 3-3 draw. Does anyone think Harry Kane's actually fit yet? Well done by David Luiz there. 50-50 and he wins it. Good tackle by Lacazette. He's battling. It's going to be a tense half, this one. Kane's not 100%, says Jason Peck. And this could be a goal. What a mistake by Lloris. And Aubameyang doesn't get there. Well, that could have been an easy goal. Easy goal. Don't know what Lloris was up to there. He tries to pass it to his centre-back. Centre-back wasn't prepared for it. Aubameyang looks like he's going to get there. And it goes back to Lloris. Here's Son, though. Oh, I'll tell you what. It is on. It is on for Spurs on the break. Man Muscles going for a 3-2 Spurs win. It's all about who scores the next goal. And I know that's such a cliche in football, but it is all about who gets that next goal. Because if Spurs get it, Arsenal aren't going to score 3 to win it. The best they can get is a point. If Arsenal win it, if Arsenal score it, they can win it. And that's a corner to Spurs here, which is good. That's what Spurs need. It'd be nice to score from the corner, but it's just about slowing the momentum down. Slowing the game down in the first few minutes. Because if Arsenal come out, get momentum, they can go and blast Spurs away. It's all about keeping the game simmering. They don't want it bubbling up for 45 minutes because Arsenal are the home team. So Lamela will take this corner. Sun's in the eyes, so you wouldn't fancy a goal. It's into Leno's hands as well. I've seen that twice already in this game. Crap corners from Lamela. Arsenal on the attack. They've got a 3v3 here. I don't know where Spurs midfield is here. Klasnic hangs it up. Torreira, Ericsson will clear. They've got to work better than that, Spurs, to get back. And it's Kane who's not going to hold on to that. Oh, he's done all right there, Kane. And that'll be a foul to Arsenal. Mark, Stallone supports Everton. Which celebrity support Man United, says Dane Massey. Zane, please stop making super chats. Really, 1 for your wallet and 2 for my head. It's just. I've told you this before on the United Stand. It's bordering on blocking you. It's like the money's not that important, really. It isn't, and you just mess with my head. You mess with the head. The timer's on. Jung Lix. Look above the name Arsenal, and you'll see a timer counting up. Aurora is going to stick with a 2-2. Spurs open as a hooker's legs, says Joe Baker. Harry Kane does not look fit to me at all. He just doesn't look fit. It's probably just match fitness he needs though, isn't it? 5 minutes gone to the half, still 2-1 to Spurs. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. I did set that 88,000 subscriber target and we might well hit it. So please do subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. We're getting closer and closer. Everyone welcome on this channel. It's nothing about who you support. We do loads of watch alongs on here. We do Champions League watch alongs as well. We do a bit of FIFA. Everybody's welcome. That's what it's all about. It's a place for everybody. I'll tell you what I will say as well. There's more entertainment and goals in this game. Definitely. And I think Arsenal will definitely score again. It's all about whether Spurs can score again. And so here is Lamela down the right-hand side this time. He's heading for the box. Has he got any skills? Son. Oh, corner. Good shot. Got the shot away. Goes wide. I can't knock Spurs. I mean, they're having a lot of ball on the break and they're doing everything right. Another good save by Leno, actually. Another good save by Leno. I know he made that mistake in the first half, Leno, but he has made a good couple of saves since then. Both from Son, actually. Come on, Spurs, says Marley Perry. Another corner here. They've got to get this away from the keeper. They keep finding the keeper. On the edge of the box. Danny Rose. Cleared. And they've got a break on here, Arsenal. And well covered by Harry Winks. That's graft for you. That is graft from Harry Winks, that. Well done. Well done, Harry Winks. Just going to stretch my back out a bit. I'm still here, don't worry. Just got the chair. Arsenal on the attack again. Pepe showing his skills. Well done by Danny Rose there. I think Pepe wants a penalty. Nah. No way. Welcome to the Premier League. We don't give penalties for that. Krista Arastaberg says that Tottenham are worse at playing out the back than United. Danny Rose is a weak... I mean, he's done it again there, Danny Rose. Inviting pressure because he can't pass out from the back. And here is Arsenal on the attack. Aubameyang. Oh my God. Mistakes at Spurs at the moment. But Davinson Sanchez should get rid of this. It's Arsenal at the moment. I tell you what, if Arsenal can get a goal in the next few minutes, then you'd fancy them to go on and win it. Throw into Spurs. It's tense. We've only had, what, 7 minutes, 8 minutes of this second half, and Spurs are going to have to graft it. This hanging by a knife edge at the moment. And a lot of people saying 2-2 in the live comments, but I think if Arsenal can get an equaliser early, they've got plenty of time to go and win it. The next goal is absolutely essential. And Martin Atkinson just does not want to give fouls, really, in this game at the moment. Now, Danny Rose, sort your passing out. Harry Winks into Son. I think Son's going to hit this. Oh, he slipped him in. Oh, nearly. Nearly put Lamela in. Good cover tackle by David Luiz. Had to be a good cover tackle. Otherwise, Lamela was in one-on-one. Arsenal have done well here, passing it out from the back. Mark, we need the Eye of the Tiger. Play some Rocky music, says Zane Miasi. You know, when I read a super chat, because I have to read a super chat, and then I read it, and then I look up, and it's the Pratt. Are you wearing a hat by any chance? Who's my Golden Boot winner, says Mick. I think if Aguero stays fit for a whole season, he would win it, but he never stays fit for a whole season, so you've got to bring into the equation people like Aubameyang, Harry Kane, Salah, Mane, and then maybe this year we might see it from a Tammy Abraham. Who knows? You know, he's Chelsea's main man, isn't he? And if he scored 4 already, 4 in 4. Oh, what a save by Lloris. Should have been 2-2. In fact, I thought it was going to be 2-2. Comes to Guendouzi in the box. He puts it right where it needs to go. He's going bottom corner. And Lloris, that's the save of the game. Absolutely brilliant because it's low as well. Super save by Lloris. Keeps it 2-1 to Spurs. But not for long. Yes, it is. It is still 2-1. Header straight across the goal. I thought Kolasinac is sliding in on the back post. Somebody else is with him as well. He can't reach. Well, he does reach it. And I tell you what, I think if Kolasinac doesn't reach it, it's a tap-in for Aubameyang. It's Lacazette who would have got the assist. It's a tap-in on the back post for Aubameyang, but Kolasinac stretches to get there. It would have been 2-1. But that save by Lloris is fantastic. So Arsenal very unlucky not to be back in front here. And another shot there from Lacazette. I tell you what, they're living on the edge here. Arsenal goal incoming. I was going to book Ericsson for kicking the ball away. There he is, little Hitler. Martin Atkinson loves it. Please Spurs hold on, says Dan Strobby. You've got a long way for that to mate. Long way for that. 35 minutes, I would say. That's with stoppages. Spurs need a goal. They're not going to hold out 2-1. Arsenal will definitely score. Spurs need another goal. And I would just wonder whether Lucas Moura would be useful on the break. I know he likes the physicality of Kane, but Son's not small. Lovely ball into Kolasinac. I think he was offside. Mark, please check how many points Leicester won the league with, says Anurag. Check it yourself. Doing a live stream, check it yourself. Dele Alli's coming on. I would imagine he's probably coming on for Lamela because Lamela and Ericsson are both on yellow cards. So Dele Alli will put himself about a bit. I gotta say, Dele Alli coming on, if I was an Arsenal fan, I would be very happy about that. I think Dele Alli is basically the Spurs Jesse Lingard. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But Son's picked it up again in a good position. And good tackle there by the Greek lad. Zane's in again. You need the plot from Marvel Endgame. Go back in time and save United from the Yanks. It's like he's having his own conversation, isn't it? Lovely little play here by Spurs. Oh, he's at the post. Harry Kane's at the post, but I think he was offside anyway. It would have been one of the goals of the season. He's not offside. It would have been one of the goals of the season. Absolutely brilliant play between him and Eriksen. He smacks it from an amazing angle with swerve, and it hits the post full on, and then it goes out for a corner. What a goal that would have been. I thought it was going to be offside because you see all the Arsenal players going, hands up. But, did you see the post Matic liked slamming Ollie? Says Ari Guadalia. Yes, I did. I've read that totally different. It was like Matic liked slamming Ollie. I thought it was like something sexual. But no, there was a post on Instagram slamming Ollie for not picking Matic, and Matic liked it. So there's got to be repercussions from that. But so, good chances for Arsenal in this second half, but Harry Kane has hit the post. Oh, what a waste of a corner routine that was from Spurs. Really weird. Dele Alli's on. I think he's on for Lamela. What a goal that would have been. It's 2-1 at the moment, Bodak. Did I do a bit of Michael Owen commentary apparently there? Hussan says Mark with the Michael Owen commentary there. It's end to end. That's what she said. Oh, Dele Alli with the mistake there, and Arsenal come back again. We've got a super chat from Specs. He says, "Hey Mark, do you think the only way for United to get top four is to rely on Chelsea, Arsenal and Tottenham to drop points?" Well, to be honest, I think you're always reliant on that, aren't you? Because you need those above you to... Is Dele Alli running at the back four? Don't shoot, Dele Alli. Gives it to Son. He's in the penalty box. No, he's done too much there. And it's a foul. It's a shame. Spurs are starting to waste their opportunities on the break now. And if you waste those opportunities on the break, Arsenal probably won't waste their opportunities at the other end. Spurs need to be using these breaks far, far better than they are. Because Arsenal, every time they're attacking, they're causing issues as well. It's basically a slogging match now. And it's about delivering your blows. That's what she said. And Aubameyang has just won a corner. Why do you hate Chelsea? Says Akin. I don't hate Chelsea. My dad supports Chelsea. Ari Guadalia. Yeah, read that. Ben TV. Do you think Tierney will have an impact on Arsenal? I think he's a really good player. I do. I think he's a really good player. A lot of United fans felt that we should have gone in for him because a lot of United fans don't like Shaw. I do. But to be honest with you, I think Klasnic does a good job for Arsenal at left back though. So Spurs on the chance to break again with Eriksen. There'll be a yellow card here for Lacazette. What is your final prediction for the Premier League for Arsenal and Spurs? Thanks, Mark. A Man United list for your reco of Super Brew. Liked the first look of that. Super Brew is the best thing to do. Gold, peace, prosperity. If you want to do your score predictions. Sebias is coming on for Arsenal. And he's coming on for Torreira. So an attacking substitution here. Plenty of time left in this game. Please do subscribe if you're new. We're trying to get to 88,000 subscribers today. So if you have subscribed, click that share button underneath and share it on Twitter and Facebook. If you haven't subscribed, bottom right hand corner, click the subscribe button. Eriksen or De Bruyne, says Mary, the creator. Mary. It's got to be De Bruyne. I like Eriksen, but De Bruyne is just arguably the best player in the league when he plays. He didn't play a lot last season. Here's Sain Miasi with another one. He's just living in his own world. He says, "Come on, you Gunners, let's finish them off." As Rukusuklo said, "What we do in life echoes in eternity." I think Spurs are starting to get a little bit scrappy in their play, and obviously Arsenal aren't going to stop coming forward. So, love from Pakistan, says Salma. Nice little ball out to Aubameyang here. But good defensive play by Sissoko, who does really well there. And Son does well. And he's not going to win that back. Arsenal have won it back. Dele Lingard, the player formerly known as Messi Lingard, says Alligator. Danny Rose clears it. Arsenal seem like they've got an extra man at the moment. Spurs are a little bit on the ropes. Oh, Sebias, what a bloody... He's getting the players up here. He is going to be a handful. I mean, he's 40 yards out. He turns Sissoko, has a little dribble, and then smacks it straight at Lloris, who has to tip it over the bar. Mike Smith, Mark, do you think we will do a good against Leicester? We're staying at Hotel Football from USA. Hope to say hi to Flex and Josh. Bit too far off that Leicester game, Mike, but a lot of people are fancying Leicester to win it, and on form, I understand why, but look, you can't write United off, you never know, but on form, Leicester are the better team, and if Leicester were to beat United, I think they'd go something like 6 points ahead of them, which would be amazing, wouldn't it, at this point in the season? Cool. Catching practice, please. Is there an 8 o'clock show tonight? Suspects. Yes, make sure you watch the United Stand at 8 o'clock tonight. It's absolutely going to be very good. Loads of topics to talk about. We'll be talking about Paul Scholes saying that, you know, he can't, you know, United are going to have to wait 3 years to be good, which I think is a load of nonsense. Also be talking about Gary Neville saying that, you know, he just wants players here who want to play for the club, which I think, again, is ridiculously naive in the modern day. How is that an Arsenal throw? Spurs need a bit of the ball here. And they've got a bit of the ball with Son. And he can run down that right wing. And he's off. He's on his toes. He's going for the box. Son. Too much. Too much. Another opportunity on the break. Wasted. Mkhitaryan's coming on for number 9, which is that Lacazette, number 9? Yep. Surprising to take Lacazette off. I always think there's a goal in it with him. Jack Miller says, is Tierney playing? Apparently he's injured, mate. Apparently he's injured. So, hey, we're getting very close to 88,000 subscribers, so please subscribe if you're new. Share it if you're not. Brilliant. Really can't believe how well this is doing today. So thanks to everyone who's tuned in. It's a cracking game. I think there's more to come. 25 minutes to go. Still long enough for Arsenal to go on and win it. But also approaching that area where Arsenal will be thinking a point's like a win. Spurs need to just do better when they're breaking. In the second half, they've not been as good on the break as they were in the first half. And you know Arsenal are going to score at some point. They will score this second half. So it's down to Spurs. Do you want to win it? Or do you want to draw it? Or do you want to risk losing it? You've got to start doing better. Kolasinac down the left-hand side. He'll whip it in. Good header. That's a goal kick. Tell me how to say Sebias then, or Chebelos. Tell me how to say his name, and I will remember it. Zayn Miasi's not happy that Lacazette's been taken off. What the hell is Unai smoking? He's like Mr. Bean. Oh, that's your best comment of the day. Because I actually do agree. I would not have took Lacazette off. I think he looks, if you give him a chance, he'll score it. Whereas Pepe, maybe he will score it, but he hasn't looked like it. Ceballos. Yeah, I'll just do it my way. Ceballos. God, I don't like the way Spurs pass it out from the back. When it works, it's great, but Harry Winks has gone for some stupid pass there that's actually just gone straight to Leno. James says that Lacazette actually has to come off because he's injured. Arsenal high pressing it here. So, just coming up for 20 minutes to go. Still can go either way this game. Really can. All I'm going to say is I do think Arsenal will score a second goal. And maybe a third and a fourth, but they'll definitely score again. It's Pepe on the right-hand side. I mean, Danny Rose is just giving him a free cross there. I don't get that. I think that's shocking defending. I mean, look, I do a bit of coaching with the United Stand team, and like, that's just terrible defending from Danny Rose. Just basically giving him a free cross. I just don't understand that. This level of football, why are you giving a player a free cross? Still Arsenal on the attack here. What do people think about Guendouzi? I don't mind Guendouzi. I think he's all right. Goal! He's just got an assist. He's just got an assist. It's Aubameyang. Well, what a time to say that. It's a weird little ball. Aubameyang reads it and just gets a touch on it. It's a very, very simple goal, and it's been coming. I think they'll go on and win it now. Because Spurs have just played it really naively. Sebias just Guendouzi pops into the gap and he sort of does a curling shot towards the goalkeeper. But Aubameyang gambles on it, sticks his foot out, and Lloris can't do anything about it. And it's 2-2. And Spurs are their own worst enemy. They're their own worst enemy. They're 2-0 up in the derby, and they just invite pressure. Let me change the score. I told you. I'm not even surprised. And I know for a fact Spurs fans won't be surprised. And now, I think there is plenty of time for Arsenal to go and get another goal. So Spurs have contributed to their own downfall yet again. They bottled it, says the Revenant. Yeah, they have bottled it. Absolutely bottled it. Bottle emojis are coming out. Come on, you Gunners, says Graplock. Good goal by Arsenal. And it's funny, we were just about to ask the question, what do you think about Guendouzi? Because I do like him. And he's just gone and got himself an assist. 2-0 up to 2-2. Exactly, Kelsey Gallagher. 1, 2, 3. It's just poor game management. Absolutely poor game management. And I've said this before. Spurs have had opportunities on the break. They've just been wasteful on the break. Spurs bottle job made, says Alligator. Completed. Achievement unlocked. And IDK says Mark Goldbridge's going to cry now. No, look. I don't want Arsenal to win. I don't make any qualms about that. But I won't cry if they win. I'm not like that. Spurs bottling it yet again, says Extras E. And J-Ling's football. What happened to Dybala coming to United? Well, the transfer window's shut, mate. Chung Lee says, I waited for this moment. I saw this coming, Mark. Typical bottle job from Poch and Spurs. Arsenal will win this now. Poch is like Ollie with a midfield. Well, yeah, I mean, Poch hasn't changed the way they're playing, has he? And I always think as a manager, and Guendouzi's playing the best on the pitch now, I always think as a manager that you've got to adapt. You've got to adapt to the opposition. And Arsenal and Emery have looked at the way Spurs are playing, and they've adapted to it. Spurs have kept playing the same way. Harry Winks has been booked by now. Booked as well. Zayn Mayasi, come on you Gunners. Spurs, you are like DeVito from the Twins, and we are Arnie. Daniel says that Spurs have won 3 of their last 15. Sound familiar? Well, Jacques has just hit one, and Lloris has had to put it... Well, he hasn't put it out. It's all Arsenal at the moment. And it's another corner for Arsenal. You can't... I can't see Arsenal not winning this from here, to be honest with you. Davinson Sanchez again. Just this will be a goal here, and it'll be the same as the first goal for Lacazette. The opportunity is there for Arsenal to clear it, for Spurs to clear it, and they don't bloody clear it. They can't get the ball out at the moment. It's all Arsenal. Let's go Spurs, says Tala. Well, there's the man who's got to change it, because there's still about 20 minutes to go in this game. And you know Arsenal will get another goal. So what's Poch got in him? Can't take your eyes off it at the moment. Arsenal still on the attack again. I think Guendouzi's been very, very good. He's won another corner. See if I can spell his name right. Tackle there by, I think that's Guendouzi again. He's won absolutely everything. And now, this is where you get your platform to attack. Sebias. Another corner. It's relentless. It's bloody relentless. I suppose joining us as Banter FC, says McCarthy. If Spurs lose this game, they're actually a point below United and Chelsea, which just shows you what a bad start to the season they've had. Oh, my life. Pepe. Well, I'd love to see that again. London is red and Manchester is blue, says Zayn Mayasi. Right, Zayn, I'm bored of you. I'm actually going to remove you from the channel now. I'm bored. And also, I'm concerned about how much you are contributing on Super Chat. So, I'm sorry, you're in a timeout. No more. Like, literally, just don't comment anymore. It's boring. You're boring everybody. And also, responsibly, what are you doing with your money? It's stupid. So, no more. No more of it. Just comment in the live comments. I'll still read them out. But it's becoming boring and silly. Ball dropped to Pepe on the edge of the box and he just blasted it on the volley. Another foul there. Arsenal. Still loads of time left in this game. It's on loads of time. Another booking. I can't believe he's just booked Davinson Sanchez for that. They've had about 5 or 6 bookings in this game. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Please do subscribe to the channel. We're only 60 subscribers away. He's taking Son off. What a twat. What an absolute prat. Brad McSween70 says Zayn out. What an idiot. He's took Son off. And he's brought Lo Celso on. What a prat. That's probably the game for Arsenal. Poch, what a prat, takes Son off. And it's a goal. It's a goal for Arsenal. No, it's offside. How is that offside? How can that be offside? Oh, that's the pass. Yeah. Yeah, that's the pass. It's the Klasnic pass. It's offside. It's in the build-up play. We've got everything going on here. I'm tweeting about Son. Yeah, why is VAR checking that? He's a bloody mile offside. It's not the cross for the pass. It's the cross before that to Klasnic. Rodman Cropper says hashtag Zane back. Look, I don't mind Zane being in the live comments. I'm just bored of the super chats. Like, we really don't need loads of super chats. It's like, I don't do it for that. I do it because I'm watching a game of football, and it's just the domination of his comments and the stupidity of them at times. You know, I'm all for it. But and also, it's the domination of it. I want to read loads of other comments as well. For all it's worth, if we win or tie next game, Ollie will have a better start than LVG, and that's with an even thinner team, says Mike Smith. I wasn't aware about that. How much VAR, my lord, says True Oace. Free kick to Spurs here. What a game, says Redder Demon. It's been a cracking game. It's been It's been an absolutely cracking game. 10 minutes to go. 2-2. DC says, I'm gutted. I was looking forward to AFTV. Oh, you can still watch them be all smug. Alvin Block says VAR is the man of the match. Greatest of all time. It was actually the linesman who gave that as offside anyway. So it would have been offside anyway. VAR didn't go back. The linesman had got the flag up. So Ericsson with this free kick. It's an opportunity to whip across in. I think the best Spurs can get out of this now is a draw, to be honest with you. Ericsson with the cross. Doesn't beat the first man. Apparently that's a common trait with Ericsson, because when United were linked to him, I spoke to a few Spurs fans just asking what he's like, and they said he very rarely beats the first man on a cross. Well, he certainly didn't there. Where's Mora, says Matthew Little. He's took Son off. I can't believe he's took Son off. Really, really crazy, to be honest with you. Vladimir says, what's your thoughts on VAR? It's well known I can't stand VAR. I cannot stand VAR. Am I scared to play Arsenal? Godley says. No, I'm not scared when we play Liverpool. I'm not scared when we play Man City. That's not what I'm like as a fan. I actually sort of look forward to the games that are going to be the hardest games, because it's the best way to assess where you are. I don't want to play Palace and bloody Southampton. We can't beat them anyway. Son. Overhit that one. Back to Lloris. Arsenal win it back. Momentum's all with Arsenal at the moment. 10 minutes to go. Plenty of time for them to get a goal. They had put the third goal in, but it was adjudged offside quite rightly. But here they come with Mkhitaryan. Klasnic again. Good cross. Cleared for a throw-in. You feel that Arsenal's going to get another good chance. And I don't think Spurs will get a chance, because the Spurs' best outlet was Son, and they've took him off. It's crazy. Alligator says, do United fans who are adamant that Poch should be our manager watch games like this and still think he's great? I don't get the fascination. It's a fair point. That's a very, 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 very fair point. He's, what's his game management? What is his game management? What is Pochettino's game management here today? I don't think it's been very good at all. He's not changed the way they've played. He's 2-0 up. Weird. And then he's took his best threat off. Pepe hasn't scored, Hacks 27. It's Lacazette and Aubameyang. The old boys have scored. We are 40 subscribers away from 88,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, please do, bottom right hand corner. And if you have, please share the video. Arsenal on the attack again here. What the hell was that defensive header by Davinson Sanchez? Very nearly gifting a goal to Pochettino. Not to Pochettino, to Mkhitaryan. And here's Pepe, side netting. He's had a lot of chances, Pepe. At some point, he's going to become... Well, he already is a good player. But at some point, Pepe's going to start hitting goals. Because I know people say he's a flop. But he ain't a flop. He's a good player. And all that's happening at the moment is he's just not quite getting his eye in. You can see he's clearly a good player. And I mean, Spurs have got nothing now. Dele Alli is slow. Sissoko is slow. Lo Celso is slow. Eriksen is slow. Kane is slow. They've got nothing. Really shit substitutions by Pochettino. Why didn't he bring Lucas Moura in? Socrates has just lost his head there because he wants to be popular in front of the fans. I don't know what he's doing there. He's made a right meal out of that, Socrates, hasn't he? There was nothing going on at all. Nothing going on at all, and he's just made something out of nothing. I don't not even getting into that. He's like, there's nothing going on. Martin Atkinson should book him. Idiot. Armani says he should be off. I'd send him off. He's done absolutely nothing wrong. Harry Winks hasn't done anything. He's just acted like a complete twat, Socrates. Yellow card. Give him a plate to smash, says Gary Sarbuck. Odd behaviour. Didn't need it. Attention seeker Socrates, says Salma. Yeah. It's really irrelevant. As an Arsenal fan, that was poor, just says Jam. Well done as an Arsenal fan. Because I mean, I like a bit of a scuffle on a pitch, but that was just about nothing. He was just like really over the top. There's nothing going on, and he gets all aggressive. One more chance for Arsenal. Well, no, I say one more chance. There's plenty of time. We're only on 86 minutes. There'll be about 4 minutes added on, I would imagine. So, good 7 minutes left at the moment. But the thing that's baffled me the most is that how would you take... I think Pochettino has invited Arsenal to win this game and has shown no interest in winning it himself. Because why would you take your pace off on the attack? Like, why would you take Son off and not at least put Lucas Moura on? Like, they've got no pace on the break at all. Weird. I don't know. I like Pochettino, and I think maybe United with Pochettino would have been interesting, but I wouldn't be going... I think that ship has sailed with Pochettino. If we hadn't took Ollie, maybe we would have took Pochettino. But I wouldn't be going, I want to get rid of Ollie to get Pochettino. Eriksen's got a chance to run at the back four here. He's got to put Kane in. Corner. I can't see Spurs getting anything now. I think they've just got to try and see the clock out and try and get a point. Lo Celso is on the pitch, Chief Leaf Gamer. He's come on for Son, but he ain't quick. Hasty Gaming says, imagine if Arsenal had defenders. We're 10 subscribers away from 88,000. Wow. We've done really well today, so please subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. Loads of watch-alongs on here this season. Everybody's welcome. I've really enjoyed this game, by the way. Really enjoyed this game. You just wonder if there's going to be a winner late on. No, Arsenal clear the corner. Sissoko's going to go all the way back to Lloris, and Arsenal have it back. Throw into Spurs. There's a late goal coming, says Joshua Melvin. I think if there is a late goal coming, I think it will be for Arsenal. We've hit 88k. Thanks everybody for getting involved. We're on the road to 100k. After the international break, I can't remember what's the Premier League fixtures after the international break. Let's have a look at what the next watch along will be. I know we're going to do the Champions League when it comes up, which is the midweek after that. But let's have a look. Fixtures September. So we've got Liverpool, Newcastle, which is 12:30. We've got Norwich, Man City, which is 5:30. And we've got Watford, Arsenal, which is 4:30. So probably be doing Arsenal again, won't we, by the looks of it? Man City, fuck that. Boring. Well done, Sissoko here. Bloody hell, it's broken towards him. He's on his own. He needs some help. He's running towards the box. And he overplays it, overpasses it to Harry Kane. That was a good chance for Spurs there. 90th minute. How long are they going to add on? End to end. Arsenal haven't really done anything for the last 5 minutes, but you'd fancy them to do something now. Nicola Pepe. What a lovely little ball into Mkhitaryan. Blocked. Ceballos. And the Chelsea does well. 5 minutes added on. There could be a winner in this. Dele Alli's driving into the space. How is that not a foul there? Not given. Dele Alli overrunning it. It's not 3-2 yet, says Dimon Blue. No, I think 5 minutes is plenty of time for Arsenal to create another chance. I don't know why. I tell you what, I can't understand why he's took Son off when there's still opportunities to hit teams on the break. Madness. Absolute madness. Ceballos. Good tackle. And Harry Kane, that'll be a foul. And it's Xhaka, and that could be a red. Off you go, Xhaka. Why was he not booked for the penalty? How was Xhaka should be off? That was why did he not get booked for the penalty, Xhaka? Like that's stupid. That is. He should be off. I thought he'd been booked already. Stupid, isn't it? So he's not off. This is his first yellow card. So Martin Atkinson's booked every Spurs player for every bloody tackle he can, but he didn't book Xhaka for the penalty. So Xhaka's just got a yellow card there and stays on the pitch. Poch is on drugs, says Drake on YouTube. I agree, mate. I can't understand why you'd take Son off when he's got the most pace in your team and you're set up to hit a team on the break. Beef Bully says 2-2 is a good result for United. Hey, it's not there yet, mate. It's not there yet. Good cross by Ericsson, that was. But Arsenal are going to get a 3v2 here. Pepe. No. Now Spurs. Dele Alli into Kane. That's got to be a penalty. Why is that not a penalty? He's given a foul. Harry Kane's not happy here. He's saying it should be a penalty. Atkinson's saying it's not. Socrates either makes a really good tackle. Kane probably plays for the penalty, to be fair. Yeah, that's not going to be a penalty. Never in a million years. It's not a penalty. No way. And we play on. Still a minute and so to go. Not a penalty. Yeah, a lot of people in the live comments. Definitely not a penalty, that. Minute to go. Can Arsenal get a chance? I mean, Arsenal haven't really created anything in this last few minutes. I really thought they would have pushed more for it, but they haven't. And Spurs, but that's one pass. And they're up against Arsenal's... They're into the box here. Well out by Ericsson. Still a minute to go. Arsenal, can they get a late winner? Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if they did. "40 seconds. You've got to put the ball in the box. And Spurs will clear it, and it's Harry Kane. And that should be that. I mean, Spurs might get another chance here on the break. It's Harry Kane. And Sissoko puts it over the bar. And that should be it. It was a good chance. It was a great game. Great game, says Wastupton. It was. And to be fair, this is a good chance for Spurs. And Sissoko, just not a finisher, is he? 95 minutes. And that's a throw. I'm surprised the ref's not thrown out. Blown up yet. We're well past the 5 minutes. 95 minutes and 20 seconds here. And that's it. 2-2. 2-2. I tell you what, fair play to Arsenal. Fair play to Arsenal for getting back into it. Probably a good point for Spurs in the end. Yeah. Spurs doing what Spurs do, blowing a lead. But to be fair, Arsenal didn't come out and take advantage of it at 2-2. They had the time to do it, Arsenal. They didn't take it. So it finishes 2-2. From a United point of view, I'm quite happy with that. From a That's Football point of view, good game. Really enjoyed it. Did anyone deserve to win it? Probably not. I think a draw actually is probably the right result. Arsenal deservedly getting back into it. Spurs, game management. 2-0 up away from home. Were Arsenal scintillating on the break? No. I just think Arsenal deserved to get back in the game, and Spurs game management again. I would say there's an element of bottle there. Bottle and bottle Spurs, says Eken. And I agree. Spurs will take that, says Jordan Cowlin. Puts them level on Manchester United with points, actually. They've got 5 points as well. Arsenal move up to 7 points from 12. So, not a terrible start for Arsenal. Spurs, Poch shouldn't have taken off Son, says Nathan Brown. Really weird that was. Sorry for my chats. We'll tone them down, says Zane Miassi. See, I hadn't really blocked in. Thanks, Zane. Best result for United, says Lamar Lewin. Pepe is garbage, says Arnold Chase. I don't think Pepe is garbage. I just think he's adjusting to the league. But look, thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure you join us at 8 o'clock on the United Stand. It's a big show tonight. We will be talking about the issues at United and the bullshit that's floating around with all his mates, all Ollie's mates in the press, giving him these 3-year passes. It's a load of bollocks. It's about time fans accepted what the truth is at United, and I'll be opening up the doors for you to have your say. 8 o'clock on the United Stand. Looking forward to it. Thanks everyone who's got involved here. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. And I'm going to be doing FIFA on here tomorrow as well. So I'll see you on that on here. But tonight, 8 o'clock on the United Stand. Cracking game. Really enjoyed it. And look, I enjoyed doing the streams. Lots of interaction. I hope you enjoy it as well. And we'll be doing plenty more of these over the season. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for the graphics for Drawty as well. Thanks for the moderators like Sally and everyone else who was in there. I don't know if we had any of the moderators in there today. I didn't notice anybody. But, yeah, good game. Good game. Glad I watched it. I predicted an Arsenal win. They didn't get the win. But they did get the points from 2-0 down. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.